you've been looking... Saluki Baseball is on the air on the Saluki Sports Network from Learfield. Brought to you by Vogler Ford. If you've been looking for a new vehicle and can't quite find what you want, give Vogler Ford Lincoln a try. Proudly serving Carbondale and Southern Illinois for over 100 years. Banterra Bank. Apply for your Banterra Saluki Visa debit card today. Stop by Banterra to learn more. Member FDIC. Coors Light. Keeping Southern Illinois chill. Southern Illinois Healthcare. SIH is the official healthcare provider of your Salukis. Are you really winning? Are You Really Winning is a proud supporter of Saluki Baseball. If you can't stop betting non-stop, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And by Meltzer Reinhardt Group, the best around at protecting your families, helping prepare you for your future, and trying to make it all fit into the budget. Call today at 618-997-9441. Now, here is the voice of the Salukis, Luke Martin.
Welcome, everybody, back to Saluki Radio, Game 1 of this 3-game series with the Belmont Bruins here on the road in Nashville. We've talked about it all week, the pivotal series. As head coach Lance Rhodes joins us, I'm Luke Martin, voice of the Salukis. Coach, I mean, we talked about it all week. I mean, everybody knows the importance of this weekend and the excitement level that you have, and those are all the things when you get to this part of the year, you want to be in the hunt. I know you want it to be for a conference championship, but there's a lot of wacky things that can happen here over the last 2 weeks, but the best part is your team can control their destiny starting today.
Yeah, I mean, wins are wins, and wins feel good. And the one thing that we can control is we can come out over the next 7 days that we get a chance to play, and we can control by the way that we approach our pregame, the way that we play the game itself. We can control whether we win or lose, and then, you get hot. We control whether or not we get in the tournament. We don't have to worry about a single other team doing anything for us in order for us to get in. So if we come out over the next 2 weekends and do what we're capable of doing, we can get ourselves into a conference tournament. And then if we play well over these 2 weeks, hopefully we'll feel good about ourselves going into the tournament. And as we've said many times before, of every single season that we've been a part of the Missouri Valley, this is the year that it's as wide open where anybody 1 through 6, it's not going to surprise me one bit if either one of those teams win the tournament. And if we get into a position where we're playing good baseball down the stretch, why can't it be us? So every one of these games is important as far as just getting us playing better baseball and getting in the tournament with a little momentum and see what happens.
How did you maximize your time with no midweek this week? How you structured it to make it the most beneficial that you could for your group?
Well, I mean, we took a little bit of downtime at the beginning of the week with just finals and let our kids kind of get through that. And then, had some live at-bats in the middle part of the week just to make up for not having the game, and some guys that needed to get off the mound, and then some guys just to kind of simulate a bat or two just to, where we don't go a whole week without seeing a live pitch. And then, trying to get some guys back in there. Lofton's going to be back in there today. He wasn't able to get a live pitch, but he's taking good batting practice over the last several days. Going to be limited on what he can do on the base pass, but the hope is that he'll just be up to bat in situations where him getting a hit can get us some RBIs. And we're gonna play McKenzie at first base again, just trying to maximize the bats at this point in the season. We're looking at what's our struggle. Our struggle is putting runs on the board. So trying to just put our lineup in a position to where we're getting as many bats as we can in there, and we'll see what happens.
We'll get back to that in a moment, your lineup today. I don't want to get too sidetracked in our conversation, but when I look at all conference and when you look at all those capabilities, to me the best way to look at it is your conference numbers. A lot of that reason is just because it's the most fair numbers you can find. Everybody's non-conference is different. We all know every ballpark is different you go to, but the most fair numbers you can find are your league numbers. I say that and lead into it because when you look at Christian Sprawling's league numbers, That's an all-conference guy, and what he has done to perform for you. And I don't want that to go by the wayside of what type of conference season he's having for your club.
Yeah, he's been great. Ever since we kind of plugged him in at the top of the order, been a spark plug, getting on base, doing everything that we need him to do. And we mentioned this in our, weekend preview too. Like, he's just now starting to get to where I feel like the reps are, under his belt enough to where he's starting to get the results in the game that, he was wanting to get from day one. But it's just a hard game when you take as much time off as he has. But just super proud of what he's been able to do over the last, probably 2-3 weeks now, where he's been at the top of the order and really setting the tone for, Kai and Julio in the middle part of our order. So we'll need him to have another big weekend, and, kind of hopefully we just continue to say this, but hopefully it just kind of spreads 1 through 9 where our guys are playing free and loose, and, the production hopefully ticks up a little bit.
How has Cecil Lofton, Bobo, as you guys call him, really progressed since leaving that Murray series?
There's going to be no issues standing in the box and swinging a bat. It's everything after that's going to be a struggle. At this point, he wants to play. We need his bat from standing in the batter's box and hitting. We need that in the lineup. Is it going to cost us a double play or something if he puts the ball on the ground? Yeah, there's a good chance. But we've hit plenty of those with guys who can run anyway. So for us, we've got to hopefully do some things prior to him getting up in his spot, and then let him knock them in. And then, it's probably most likely going to take at least 2 hits behind him to get him in, or somebody's going to have to put one over the wall. But at this point in the year with us, we need production, and him standing in the box gives us a good chance to have some production. So we just got to go with it because he's running out of time, and it's not going to feel good. If he waits until it feels good, we're going to be on the couch in June. And so we've just got to get him going.
And it's not to be disrespectful to anyone else on your roster, but I think we all know the one guy that you feel the most confident in that could hit a home run at any time is no doubt Cecil.
Yeah, and, his batting practice over the last several days has been good. When you look at him take BP and stand in the box and swing, you would never know there's anything wrong with him. So we've got to live with the fact that he's not going to be able to run, and hopefully he does some things with the bat that gives him a chance to, just kind of walk into second base on a double, or, if he runs one out of the yard, then, that's one swing of the bat that, puts runs on the board.
You look at Belmont's offensive numbers, they're very low in terms of on-base percentage, but yet they lead the league in home runs. How much of that is, hey, this park can really be offensive friendly during the year, especially on a day like today where the wind is blowing? But how would you describe the offense that you will see? Not really high in a lot of sacrifice hits, but like I said, they do lead the league in home runs.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with, honestly, it's a great place to hit. Yeah. I've been here several times now, and you get a ball up in the air to left field. It's kind of like a DBU feel a little bit to it, where you kind of sit with some elevation. Outfield actually slopes down a little bit, so it feels like the ball's just flying. So it's a fantastic play to hit. But yeah, they're not going to really run a lot. They're not going to bunt a lot. They're not going to give many outs away. They're going to try to get a few guys on base. They're going to try to, put 3 runs on the board with one swing of the bat. And we just got to be able to match it a little bit. And that's kind of why, we're trying to go with a little bit as far as the most offensive lineup that we can go with as well.
Told me one of the biggest keys will be you're going to have to attack left-handed pitching this weekend. What does just stand out overall about their pitching staff and going against their starter here tonight?
The biggest thing is we just got to be able to hit. You look at what else the league and just the teams that they face in general, they're not necessarily walking a ton of guys or anything like that, but they do get hit really hard. So for us to have success, we have to find some hits, we need some extra base hits, and that's been the biggest struggle that we've had all season is getting the extra base hits. And so if we want to have success, especially in this park where the wind's going to be blowing out and they're going to hit a couple home runs, we need to be able to match that. So we just got to, honestly, we got to do what other teams have done all season long against them.
Coach, appreciate the time. We'll catch up with you after.
Thank you.
Once again, I would say Coach Lance Rhodes. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, We will give you the starting lineups and first pitch. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
Dive into the authentic flavors of Mexico at Tequila's Mexican Restaurant. From sizzling fajitas to mouth-watering enchiladas and the freshest guacamole in town, Tequila's brings you an unforgettable dining experience. And don't forget our signature margaritas, crafted to perfection. Located right in the heart of Southern Illinois, make sure to visit Tequila's at their locations in Carbondale, Marion, DuQuoin, and Carterville and enjoy the authentic taste of Mexico.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie Classification. We are a Research One university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
Conveniently located in the heart of Southern Illinois lies Rend Lake Golf Resort, the region's only 27-hole public golf course. With 5 sets of tees, expansive greens, driving range, and on-site PGA instruction, Rend Lake Golf Resort is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. Looking for stay-and-play packages? Check out Rend Lake Golf Resort's on-site lodging, condos, and cabins. After your round, relax with friends and family and enjoy a meal on-site at Seasons Restaurant. To learn more, visit us at RendLakeGolfResort.com. Rend Lake Golf Resort, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
The Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois has the most highly trained team of orthopedic, spine, and podiatric surgeons, including interventional pain management. From sports medicine to neurosurgery, podiatry, and interventional pain, we are committed to providing the very best in diagnoses, treatments, physical and occupational therapy, and rehabilitation to local athletes. Visit oisil.com or call 618-997-6800. OISI is the official orthopedic provider of Saluki Athletics.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Looking for a mortgage that fits your life? Sean Daly at Guild Mortgage has you covered. With hundreds of products, including specialized programs for first-time home buyers, military families, and rural residents, we've got the perfect fit for you. Guild also provides a range of down payment assistance programs to help you get into your new home.
Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity Company, NMLS 3274. Sean Daly, NMLS 1536006. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Good afternoon, Saluki Nation. We welcome you to Rose Park here just south of downtown Nashville, Tennessee, as SIU begins this 3-game series with the Belmont Bruins coming in at 9-9 in the league standings, and Belmont right there with SIU deadlocked at 9. So the winner of this series is going to be in a prime spot when it comes to making the Missouri Valley Conference postseason. Of course, both of these teams understand there is still another week to go in the Valley weekend for them. Illinois State's the only team in the league this week that will wrap up their league play this weekend, and they are taking on UIC. But it's so great to have you with us, everybody. I know if you are listening, if you're a part of Saluki Nation, I know many of Saluki Nation right now locked in to Mike Trude and Pat Poore out there at Charlotte West Stadium. SIU in the losers bracket trying to fight their way through in softball. They're playing Illinois State currently. It's in the bottom of the third, no score. SIU is up to bat, so send our well wishes to Coach Sewell and her group. Hopefully they are playing for a long time here today. Here's the lineup for head coach Lance Rhodes, and he talked about in his pregame conversation inserting some new guys and guys returning. Christian Sprawling will lead off, will be out in left. Kai Watson will bat second, he'll be in right. Julio Guerrero, the center fielder, will be due up third. Cecil Lofton returning to the lineup after that pulled hamstring against Murray. He will be in the DH spot. Jacob McKenzie will be at first. It will be his first start at first this year for SIU. Following him will be Tim Semay. In the 7th spot will be the second baseman Gabe Petrucelli. In the 8th hole, Jaden Flores, and then Mason Schwalbach will be catching the balls and strikes today for SIU. Sprawling, Watson, Guerrero, Lofton, McKenzie, Semay, Petrucelli, Flores, and Schwalbach. And they'll be going against Shane Duke, who earns the start today. Duke, his numbers are limited this year, as he hasn't made any of these appearances till later on in the year. As Duke, right here, a freshman from Nashville, Tennessee, had 2 appearances in February, did not appear again until April. A first pitch strike. We are right on time. 4:05 here local time in Nashville. Couldn't ask for better weather here this weekend, and especially today. Christian Sprawling right on cue, goes right through the shortstop's glove, and that's going to be an E6. It was struck hard, but that should have been played, and that should have been made by McMeans. So it'll be a leadoff error for SIU. So Sprawling find a way anyway to get on base, and now it's Kai Watson. Salukis in their gray uniform tops. SIU spelled out in maroon on the front and white trim. Maroon numerals on the front and back in white trim as well. And the pitch from Duke left up high, and it's 1-0. Duke, his last start was against Bradley, went 2 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, had 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. As Duke deals and pitch high and away. As the righty Duke tugs on that red bill of that navy blue ball cap with BU on the front. White pants with red piping for Belmont today. Pitch right down the middle. Matt Anderson is our home plate umpire. Mark Hutchinson over at first, and then Bob Howard is our third base ump. Right now he's in between first and second with Christian Sprawling just off the first base bag. Reached on an error as we're just underway here in the top of the first. And Duke turns around, and a little disengagement there. Finds a way to toss over to first. Sprawling back in ample time. The 2-1 from Duke. High, 3-1. 76 degrees here in Nashville today. Wind coming out of the south. 3 mile per hour, 6 mile per hour gust, but does carry here as Coach Rhodes kind of a really good reflection, kind of like Horner Ballpark in Dallas. Runner goes, and Kai Watson fouled it back on 3-1, and it's 3-2. Sprawling heads back to first. Up really on a hill. Again, we're south of downtown. You can see downtown out over the left field wall. There's a berm, a nice berm, just over the left field wall here at Rose Park. Payoff pitch, Sprawling running, and Kai Watson sends it down the line and left. It is carrying well high, and it goes well foul. So everybody will head back. Kai Watson, 284 on the season, making his 35th start today for SIU. Again, the Salukis are the lone team in the Valley that hasn't had a player at least play in every game this year. Everybody else has had at least 2 guys. Kai Watson, the lefty. It's a lefty on righty matchup with Duke on the mound on this bright, sunny afternoon here in Nashville. The pitch, Sprawling off again, right up the gut. It's caught, and Sprawling's going to be doubled off. Sprawling, they had the hit and run on, and Kai Watson lined it right back to Duke. And there's nothing Sprawling can do on that hit and run. It is a 1-3 put out, and now 2 are gone. So that error gets erased in a way by McMeans. And right after Southern hit into 5 double plays on Sunday, they hit into 1 error to start off. And now it's Julio Guerrero, the center fielder, with 2 away and a pitch right at his knees. 0-1. Guerrero hitting .310 on the season. As Guerrero behind 0-1 with 2 outs, just underway, and that one paints the outside corner. It's 0-2. Crowd continuing to file in here on this afternoon. So you got the leadoff man on, thanks to an error. But then a line drive double play has already got 2 on the outs there. It's going to be a tough play by third baseman Godsey, and that's going to be an error. It was a tough play. I don't think that's 1,000% a hit. So it'll be E5, the second error of the inning for Belmont. And now it's Cecil Lofton again returning from that hamstring injury. Again, his speed is nowhere near where it needs to be, but his batting practice has been really impressive this week. Guerrero gets back on a check-in throw. Shane Duke here in the first, trying to limit the damage. A swing and a miss by Lofton, and he's behind 0-1. Again, 2 errors here in the inning for Belmont. But then they got that key double play. We'll see how aggressive SIU will be here with 2 outs. And Julio Guerrero's second in the league in stolen bases. They got him. He was caught leaning, and now they're trying to tag him out. Guerrero will get tagged out on his way in the second. So Southern can't take advantage of the 2 errors as Guerrero got caught leaning. He couldn't get back fully there in the first base. So it'll be 1-3-4 to get Guerrero out of the inning. There were no runs, no hits. There were 2 Belmont errors. Nobody left on base. What a way to face the minimum in the first. We'll take a timeout. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
Dive into the authentic flavors of Mexico at Tequila's Mexican Restaurant. From sizzling fajitas to mouth-watering enchiladas and the freshest guacamole in town, Tequila's brings you an unforgettable dining experience. And don't forget our signature margaritas, crafted to perfection. Located right in the heart of Southern Illinois, make sure to visit Tequila's at their locations in Carbondale, Marion, DuQuoin, and Carterville, and enjoy the authentic taste of Mexico.
Back here at Rose Park, which is a public park here in Nashville, just south and just off of Belmont's campus. No score as we head to the bottom of the first, as Andrew Evans will toe the rubber today for SIU. We'll get to Andrew's numbers in a matter of moments. Defensively for SIU today, Sprawling in left, Guerrero in center, Kai Watson in right. From third to first, Jane Flores will be at third, Tim Samay at short, Gabe Petrucelli at second, Jacob McKenzie at first, and then Mason Schwalbach will be catching the balls and strikes today for none other than Andrew Evans. Evans on the year, a 2.39 ERA, 5-2 record. This will be his 13th start, 67 2/3 innings logged, 77 strikeouts, 26 walks. Again, those 77 Ks are still first in the Valley heading into this weekend. As Evans going through his warm-up tosses here. This will be the lineup they'll have to navigate, and it's a Belmont lineup that has a lot of pop to it. Second in the Valley in home runs, 55 home runs, but as we were talking over with Coach Rhodes, 7th in the Valley when it comes to on-base percentage. They don't steal a lot of bases. They can hit for homers. Charlie Davis, Landon Godsey, Brandon Holbrook, Callan McMeans, Mike Sprocket, Jake Maddox, Nate Webb, Michael LaRue, and then Brody Langelatz will be in the 9th spot as Andrew Evans with a big deep breath with that maroon ball cap with SIU on the front in tri-lettering will get him to go around, and that is a strike. Charlie Davis tried to hold up, but he clearly went around. It's the lefty Charlie Davis, 7th in the Valley in batting average. He is 2nd in the league in hits this year. He's got 69 of them. The 0-1 from Evans just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 count, bottom of the first here at Rose Park. SIU trying to win their 8th in a row in this series against Belmont. Pitch on the ground. Jacob McKenzie right there, able to glove it, underhands it to Andrew Evans. And how about that? Jacob McKenzie, the ball finds you when you make your first start there at first. 3-1 for the first out in the inning. Landon Godsey, 3rd in the Valley in doubles, hitting .306 this season, 17 doubles. Charlie Davis, by the way, just 2 off of Landon for Belmont. Good to catch up with Belmont's third base coach before the game. Max Wright was a standout for Mitch Hannes at Indiana State. Swinging away is Landon Gotze, and straightaway center is Julio Guerrero, and Guerrero makes the grab for out number 2. Have seen at times throughout the year watching different games here at Rose Park. With the bright sun, it's right in your eyes in center. And again, you're elevated here on this hill. That could sometimes be a very difficult play there in center. As Holbrook to the plate. Holbrook, freshman, hitting .289 this season. This is start number 38 for him. Holbrook, another lefty, as Andrew Evans trying to go 1-2-3 here in the first. 12-6 breaking ball goes low, 1-0. Just underway here in the bottom of the first here from Nashville. Salukis couldn't capitalize on 2 Belmont errors in the first. The 1-0. It's well low again, 2-0. Wind again blowing out to left today. This is a park where that ball can fly here at Rose Park. The 2-0, and speaking of flying, that ball flew right near the Belmont team area there to the right. It's got their dugout. Belmont's in the first base dugouts. SAU in the third base dugout. There's like a clubhouse area, which has got an indoor cage and indoor area for the Bruins. Offices for the coaches, all here at Rose Park. 2-1 count, 2 outs. The pitch popped up right behind us, and will be 2-2. Andrew Evans doesn't have a strikeout here in the inning, the Valley strikeout leader, but he will look for one more strike to try to get the third and final out here in the bottom of the first. 2-2 count, 2 away. Working the third base side of the rubber from the stretch, the 2-2, and that's lifted in the air to left. Christian Sprawling will locate it, and Christian Sprawling will record the final out of the inning. Well, 2-1, 2-3 innings. One was conventional, which was the Salukis. The other for Belmont, very unconventional, working around 2 errors. No score through 1. We head to the top of the second when we come back here from Nashville. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research 1 university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
Conveniently located in the heart of southern Illinois lies Rend Lake Golf Resort, the region's only 27-hole public golf course. With 5 sets of tees, expansive greens, driving range, and on-site PGA instruction, Rend Lake Golf Resort is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. Looking for stay-and-play packages? Check out Rend Lake Golf Resort's on-site lodging, condos, and cabins. After your round, relax with friends and family and enjoy a meal on-site at Seasons Restaurant. To learn more, visit us at RendLakeGolfResort.com. Rend Lake Golf Resort, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Shane Duke back out for his second inning here against SIU as we begin the top of the second here between the Bruins and Salukis. Again, right now, Belmont and SIU heading into this weekend series deadlocked at 9-9 in the Valley standings. Again, the top 6 teams will go, so 3 teams will miss. And right now, SIU and Belmont, they are tied for the last spot to get into the Valley standings. Of Belmont, they will end the season next weekend against the Sycamores in Terre Haute. SIU will end the season in Carbondale against Valpo. If a team sweeps this weekend, that locks themselves into the tournament. Pitch in for a strike against Cecil Lofton, who was at the plate in the first inning, but then Julio Guerrero got caught trying to steal second. 0-1 to Lofton in those bright yellow batting gloves, and he swings and offers at 0-1, and it was down away 0-2. Lofton, McKenzie, and Samay due up in the inning. We haven't given you the defensive lineman yet for Belmont. Holbrook in left, LaRue in center. As a swing, man, Cecil Lofton. His BPs looked much better than that at bat. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and here's the first strikeout of the day for Belmont and Shane Duke. And now here's Jacob McKenzie here in the 5 spot. First pitch strike from Duke to McKenzie. Can McKenzie spend some time away after that injury in the Illinois State Series? As McKenzie fouls that one back, and it's 0-2. Jake Ryan over there at first. Coaching first, Tony Caldwell, TC. Over there at third. Yeah, it's a bright sunny day. Can't even see a cloud in the sky. Lights are on, but nowhere near taking effect here at Rose Park today. The 0-2. Called strike 3. Right now it's been 6 pitches for Duke. He's 3 pitches away from an immaculate inning. No pressure. 2 outs, no score. Right now, the only Salukis that have reached base are due to 2 Belmont errors. They were both in the first. Here's the pitch. Oh, no immaculate inning. That pitch too far inside, 1-0. He's thrown 6 pitches. He's gotten 2 strikeouts. That's his first ball outside the zone. He's starting to wear down. 1-0 on its way, and that's low, 2-0. Top of the second inning, Tim Semay trying at least to start something here in the inning for SIU. Searching for their first hit of the day. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Then Offerat grab the outside corner. 2-1. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Belmont trying to put up the second consecutive goose egg so far of the day. And Tim Semay hits it sharply to McMeans there at short. Deep in the hole at short. He's able to toss it over to first for a 6-3 put out. Salukis, nothing brewing in the inning. No runs, no hits. There were no Belmont errors. Nobody left on base. We are through 1.5 to the bottom of the second here from Nashville when we return. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
The Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois has the most highly trained team of orthopedic, spine, and podiatric surgeons, including interventional pain management. From sports medicine to neurosurgery, podiatry, and interventional pain, we are committed to providing the very best in diagnoses, treatments, physical and occupational therapy, and rehabilitation to local athletes. Visit oisil.com or call 618-997-6800. OISI is the official orthopedic provider of Saluki Athletics.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
McMeans will lead off here for Belmont, followed by Sprocket and Maddox here in the inning. It will be 4, 5, and 6 against Andrew Evans. Salukis haven't had anything brewing offensively here in this one. Belmont 2-4 in game ones in league play this year. Salukis 500, 3-3 in their opening series. As Andrew Evans did get a strikeout, but a ground out and 2 flyouts in the first. That 12-6 breaking ball goes well high, 1-0. As we got started here just shortly after 4 o'clock here in Nashville, the 1-0 pitch. That is on a line, but well foul. And it's going to go 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Belmont here at home this season. They are 11-16 here at Rose Park. The 1-1. Breaking ball goes high for Evans, 2-1. 2-1 count, no score here in the bottom of the second. Leadoff man here is McMeans. The pitch. Foul back. McMeans a sophomore. It's a young Belmont team. They do have some veterans sprinkled into the lineup. Hitting 278, 10 doubles on the year for McMeans. 2-2 count, nobody out. Leadoff man here, McMeans. The pitch, 12-6 breaking ball left well high. Right now, Evans, he's trying to get that 12-6 breaking ball to land for a strike, and he's having a tough time so far through the initial innings to do that. Payoff pitch, goes fastball and got him to chase it. There's his first strikeout of the game. And now the hero in the series finale against Bradley for Belmont, Mike Sprocket. He got the game-winning sac fly. That was a crazy game for Belmont on Sunday against the Bradley Braves. They took 2 of 3 from Bradley. Actually lost game 1 of the series, came back to win the final 2 games. It was the pitch high and away, 1-0 here to start off the Sprocket. Give credit to Belmont. They have done that this year twice. They dropped the series opener to Murray as well. Came back to win the next 2 games. The 1-0 well high, 2-0. In those 2 games they got against the Racers, it was a doubleheader day at Johnny Reagan Field. It was actually the first games. It was the first series played on the new Johnny Reagan Field turf. Both these teams trying to get there. The 2-0. Man, well high, 3-0. And Andrew Evans has fallen behind in a rare 3-0 count. Nobody on here for Belmont. Evans trying to avoid the first free base of the game. Here's the 3-0. Ooh, landed it for a strike. It looked well high, but it's 3-1, 1 out. The umpires in the crowd didn't like it either. See if Andrew can capitalize on it. That 3-1, it's popped up, but it got out of play, and it's full 3-2. Evans got McMeans on a full count strikeout. So the count is full here to Sprocket with 1 away. The pitch, swing in the air to left. Sprawling came in, then goes back, and he's able to corral it for out number 2. And now it's Jake Maddox. Maddox, the sophomore, hitting 296, his 45th start today for the Bruins. 27 runs, 50 hits, 14 of them doubles, does have 7 home runs. And they lead the Valley with 55 home runs this year. The pitch lands for a strike. Here was the 12-6 breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. It is just nuts to think about how lethal SIU was a year ago in home runs. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Andrew Evans trying to face the minimum again here in the second. Keep this a scoreless ball game. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Wow, 3 pitches. Strikeout number 2 for Andrew Evans. 1, 2, 3, go the Bruins. So far, we got a little bit of a pitcher's duel starting to brew here in Nashville. Salukis search for their first hit of the game when we come back in the third. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research One university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
7, 8, 9 here in the top of the third here from Nashville. SIU returning to Nashville after last year sweeping Belmont in Carbondale. Meade Johnson had a near complete game. That was back on April 18th of last year when Salukis of Belmont played a doubleheader, won the first game 4-3, and then won game 2, 8-0. Again, the last win. Southern leads this series 17-6 overall. They are 10-2 in Carbondale, 7-3 here in games played at Rose Park. Last time that Belmont knocked off Southern Illinois was in the Valley Tournament in 2023. They won that game 6-5. It was an elimination game. Both teams got sent to the elimination part of the bracket there in Terre Haute in 2023. SIU led that game 5-2 entering the 8th inning, and Belmont scored 4 runs over the next 2 innings to win it in Terre Haute and stay alive. Pitch down and in here to Gabe Petrucelli to start off the top of the 3rd is Shane Duke. On the mound for Belmont, that nearly clips the elbow of Gabe Petrucelli. 2-0. As Duke comes to his navy blue jersey top, deals the 2-0, and that is well low, and it's 3-0. The 2 free bases so far in the game have been 2 fielding errors by Belmont. One by their shortstop McMeans and the other by Godsey at third. Here's the 3-0, and that's well high, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So the first Saluki to reach base without needing an error by the Belmont defense. Now it's Shane Flores, the third baseman for SIU. As Flo comes to the plate, 260 overall this year. His 39th start for SIU. The pitch splits the plate 0-1. Now let's see if SIU can stay out of a double play. They hit into one in the first. I know, that's nothing new. Flo sends this high in the air to left, backpedaling his Holbrook. He's kind of tap dancing his way. He dropped it in left. And now rounding second, going in the third is Petrucelli. I think that's got to be an error in left as well. I don't think that's a hit. I think that's a play you got to make. And right now they're going to rule that an error as well. Man, the left side of Belmont's defense is cursed right now. The shortstop, third baseman, and left fielder all have errors. Now, the wind is playing no doubt a factor in the game, and Holbrook just kept kind of moving from his left to his right, and he's frustrated as he stares right into his glove. But now it's second and third. Going to pitch in there for a strike here to Mason Schwalbach. Third error of the game for Belmont, but now can SIU take advantage as Schwalbach, they have a major shift on. Almost the first baseman and second baseman are overlapping each other on the right side of the infield. Third baseman is well in. Schwalbach ripped it, but just goes foul, first base side. That would have emptied the bases if it stayed fair. 0-2 here to Schwalbach in those neon pink batting gloves. He taps the top of his maroon batting helmet. They're going to wait to get that loose baseball out of the corner. By the way, it's 330 down the lines, 375 to the power alleys, 400 straightaway center. Duke the pitch. Schwalbach swings and misses, and he strikes out. It's the third strikeout for Duke. He is 2 away from his season high in strikeouts. They came all the way back in February. Duke not getting a lot of help defensively, but right now it's second and third. Nobody out. And Christian Sprawling, the leadoff man, who reached on error his last time up. Short little dribbler, third base side, but it will go foul. He's behind 0-1. Again, this is only the third appearance for Duke in Valley play. If he can get through this inning, it would be his longest inning of the season. Went 2 innings against Sanford, 2 against Central Michigan. Did not pitch again until late April. The 0-1, well up top, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And he went 2 innings against Valpo and then just 2 2/3 against Bradley last week. Second and third, 1 out. The pitch drops in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Well, let's see. Gabe Petrucelli, he reached on a walk to start off the inning, and then an error in left by Holbrook as he dropped it right on the warning track. Here's the 1-2. Sprawling fights it off down the line and right. It's carrying near the foul pole at the wall, and it is a foul ball. That was close to a 3-run homer, but it did. It kept curving. Was hoping it would stay fair, and if it did, it would have been a 3-run shot, and the Salukis would have been up 3-0. Instead, it's a long foul ball. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Runners at second and third. Shane Duke trying to finagle out of this inning. The pitch. Sprawling, he strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts, and now SIU is in danger of really not making Belmont pay for their mistakes. And it's up to Kai Watson, who lined into a double play, back to Duke in the first. It's when the hit and run was on with Christian Sprawling. The pitch. Watson did not offer at it. It was low in the turf. 1-0. 1-0 count, 2 away. Top of the third inning. The pitch. Watson fouled it off, just got a piece of it. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. No score. Southern trying to change that. Flores stands at second. Gabe Petrucelli stands at third. Back-to-back Ks for Duke. The pitch, Kai Watson hits sharply. McMeans will, with a field it cleanly at short and a good throw. And Southern Illinois can't make Belmont pay. They strand 2. There were no runs, no hits. There was another error by Belmont. They have 3 errors through their 3 innings defensively. We head to the bottom of the third here in Nashville. No score. Saluki baseball from Learfield.
The Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois has the most highly trained team of orthopedic, spine, and podiatric surgeons, including interventional pain management. From sports medicine to neurosurgery, podiatry, and interventional pain, we are committed to providing the very best in diagnoses, treatments, physical and occupational therapy, and rehabilitation to local athletes. Visit oisil.com or call 618-997-6800. OISI is the official orthopedic provider of Saluki Athletics.
To the bottom of the third we go here at Rose Park as Belmont and SIU begin a crucial 3-game series. Winner of the series will hold the tiebreaker for the Valley Tournament. Again, if either team would sweep this weekend, that would officially punch their ticket to the tournament. And that would actually, heading into the final week, you would know who the 6 teams were. Now, you wouldn't know where the seeds would be, but whoever would get swept would join Valpo and Bradley as teams that are eliminated from being able to make the Valley Tournament. Now, just 1 win this weekend for either team would still potentially keep their hopes alive, depending on how that final weekend would go. As Nate Webb, Michael LaRue, and Brody Langlots are due up here in the inning. So here's Webb in the 7th spot. And Andrew Evans missed high. Nate Webb, a freshman, hitting .258 this year, 26th start. The pitch. Low. 2-0. SIU getting their bullpen stretched out there over the left field wall. The 2-0. Big swing and a miss, 2-1 there by Webb. Two strikeouts in the second inning for Andrew Evans. He bookended, got a strikeout to start and a strikeout to end it. That one well high, 3-1. Again, we're right behind home plate. Good spot here in the press box here at Belmont. A little elevated. Kind of similar to the Mike Reese press box in Carbondale, just a little bit higher, not as kind of field level. 3-1, swings through that fastball, 3-2, and it's now 4. 3-2 count. Andrew Evans will tell the third base side of the rubber. He eyes in that maroon ball cap at home. Righty on righty matchup. The payoff pitch just fouled away. And staying alive was Webb. Evans again. Toes that third base side of the rubber in those white and maroon cleats. 3-2 pitches, look. First walk. First base runner for Belmont. So here's Michael LaRue in the 8th spot. LaRue will be a left-handed bat, senior. Struggling this year, hitting 174. 31st start for him. Does have 5 home runs compared to 2 doubles. Those are his 7 extra base hits. Shows bunt, and it's a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Again, Belmont does not steal a ton of bases. Bruins in this, on the season, 41 of 59 in stolen bases. They do show sack bunt again, but that pitch was low, and it bounced in the Schwab back. It's 1-1. There are no outs. Dave Jarvis, Hall of Fame coach for the Belmont Bruins. First year here was 1998. Bunt, first base side, in fair ground. Schwalbach will pick it up, barehanded on the first, not in time. Schwalbach hesitated because he was going to try to see if it would go foul. It did not, and by the time he barehanded it and threw it to McKenzie, it wasn't in time. Jacob McKenzie is kind of looking towards the southern dugout, almost to try to egg on to see if they would do a replay review, but I don't think you need to burn it here. Will go down as an infield hit. So now it's first and second. Nobody out here for Belmont. There's Brody Langlotz here at the plate. He shows bunt in the air, foul ground, first base side, as that bunt couldn't get down. It's 0-1. I think this also shows you Coach Jarvis, he understands the moment in time of how hard it's going to be to potentially get runs here against Andrew Evans. They will pull Langlotz here off to the right near the Belmont dugout as they use one of their offensive timeouts here. First and second, no score. We are in the bottom of the third. Andrew Evans had a leadoff walk to Nate Webb. LaRue bunted his way on. And the count's 0-1. Jane Flores is in at third. McKenzie not holding up the runner at first. Bunt, first base side in the air. McKenzie's got it, and there's the out. It was a line drive bunt right into the glove of Jacob McKenzie. So there's an out, and neither base runner can move up. Belmont lucky that they don't go into a double play like Southern did in the first. It was nowhere near as hard of a line drive. But now it's the top of the order, and it's Charlie Davis, who's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to Jacob McKenzie his last time up. Hammers it, but it goes well foul. Behind 0-1. 0-1 count, 1 out. Belmont threatening here in the inning. Runners at first and second. 1 away here against Andrew Evans. Evans works from the stretch, the 0-1. Just fouling it away was Davis, just to get a piece of it, and he's behind 0-2. We've seen Andrew Evans as he gets deeper in the games, and really as he goes through the second, third time through the order. Many times he gets better throughout the course of the game. It's the second time now through the order. The 0-2. Hammered on a line in the left. Sprawling came in, now goes back, leaps, makes the grab. Christian Sprawling will get that out. 2 away. Sprawling, he initially came in, but then he had the back pedal, and he left his feet. Wasn't a huge leap, but just enough to make that degree of difficulty a little bit higher. Well, Southern, they got the first 2 on in the top half of this inning. They had second and third with nobody out, couldn't get a run in. Now it's first and second, 2 outs for Belmont. And it's Landon Godsey. That's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Oh, can Andrew Evans finagle his way out of a pickle here in the third? The 0-1. Foul back, and it's 0-2. Just like that. Back-to-back outs for Andrew Evans. He's trying to retire his third consecutive Bruin in the inning after the first 2 reached. Belmont had first and second, nobody out. Now it's first and second, 2 outs, an 0-2 count. The righty Evans on the mound, leg kicks, comes home. Excuse me, swing right to McKenzie, and it's an out. He didn't mean to offer at it, and man, he got enough on it that almost snuck in for a hit. But it goes right to Jacob McKenzie, and that ends the inning. Belmont strands 2, no runs, 1 hit. There were no Saluki errors. We are through 3, and it's a scoreless ball game here in Nashville. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
Dive into the authentic flavors of Mexico at Tequila's Mexican Restaurant. From sizzling fajitas to mouth-watering enchiladas and the freshest guacamole in town, Tequila's brings you an unforgettable dining experience. And don't forget our signature margaritas, crafted to perfection. Located right in the heart of Southern Illinois, make sure to visit Tequila's at their locations in Carbondale, Marion, DuQuoin, and Carterville, and enjoy the authentic taste of Mexico.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyourreallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Salukis need runs here in Nashville. They need runs back in Carbondale. Saluki softball in an elimination game today. They hope it will be the first of 2 games today. They need to win against Illinois State to face Murray State again tonight as Belmont, Maya Johnson, the Maya Johnson show has been on full display there in Carbondale in the Valley Tournament. No score between the Dogs and Redbirds. They are in the bottom of the 5th. Again, that game is on the Valley on ESPN. It's also streaming on Saluki Radio as well. Mike Trudin, the coach Pat Poore on the call. Well, both teams feel like they should have been able to get some runs in the third, but neither team could come through. And now it's Julio Guerrero, Cecil Lofton, and Jacob McKenzie due up here in the 4th for SIU. And that pitch outside. Shane Duke, he officially has gone the longest this year. 3 innings. Did not go past 2 2/3. Pitch in for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here to Julio. He's 0 for 1 today, reached on air. And Guerrero could not hold up his swing, but I also think that was a strike as well. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Guerrero. 3 errors so far for Belmont. Southern hasn't had a hit. Guerrero held up. They do appeal down the first base side, but Mark Hutchinson says Guerrero did not go. So it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Guerrero, the leadoff man. Top of the 4th, no score. The pitch, well high. Count is full. Duke walked Petrucelli to start off the 3rd. Payoff pitch here to Guerrero. Smacks it in the left. Holbrook back. He'll try to make this grab cleanly, and he does. He had an error in the previous inning. And now 1 gone here in the top of the 4th. And Cecil Lofton, who struck out on just 3 pitches in the second. And he was at the plate in the first when Guerrero ultimately got caught on the bases. As the lefty Lofton, let's see if he takes on the first pitch here. Here's the pitch. Offers at it in the air. Foul ground, left field, and will go well foul. There's not a ton of foul ground. If a ball would get by, there is room enough to where if it got to the backstop, could potentially move up 90 feet, but there's not a ton of ground down the left and right field line. It's definitely hitter friendly from that standpoint. Here's the 0-1 to Lofton, and that hit him. Oh, and that's right where he hurt his hamstring. Not exactly where he needs to get hit. His running ability right now, and of course, that's nowhere near intentional by Duke, but that's probably the worst scenario for SIU right now, is Lofton getting hit by a pitch. And now he's forced to do what is not a great strength of his right now, which is run the bases. So Jacob McKenzie, and that's where for Jacob, if he hits one into the gap, he's got to be really aware of where Lofton is, and he doesn't overrun Lofton, because it's probably going to take 2 hits to just get Lofton to third, let alone trying to score. 1 out, top of the 4th, the pitch. Well outside. 1-0. Guerrero started the inning off with a fly ball to left. Cecil Lofton was just hit by pitch. Jacob McKenzie. The 1-0. Did not offer at it, but it was in there for a strike. 1-1. Now Duke would just be very cruel if they have a throw over to first. I don't think Lofton's going to be in any stretch here be put in a position to steal. That one well low, 2-1. Now that would be intentional. If you're throwing over to first, you're just trying to get Cecil Lofton hurt again. That's of course all joking aside. As Duke looks over his near left shoulder, the righty works from the first base side of the rubber. The 2-1 that nearly rides up and hits McKenzie, but it was too far inside. And it's 3-1. 3-1 the count, 1 out, no score, top of the 4th. Duke's 3-1 pitch, and McKenzie fouled it off. It's 3-2. McKenzie steps back in from the right side, righty on righty matchup. Lofton just off the bag there at first, no score, top of the 4th. The pitch, well high, and there's back-to-back free bases. Only the second walk by Duke. Can't see into the Belmont bullpen. It's down the first base line and the right field line. Kind of hard to see if anyone is up and throwing right now, but Tim Semay, with runners at first and second, 1 out. And very imperative again for McKenzie to be aware and watch Lofton where he's at on the bases in the inning. Pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 here to Tim Semay. Semay, he grounded out to short. And honestly, you're in a position where if you're Belmont, it may be easier to get the force out at third with how Lofton has been would be running today. That one's in the air to right. Shielding his eyes is Langlots. He's in right now, charging in and makes the grab. Cecil Lofton will not even dare try to tag. 2 gone. Lofton maybe got a step off the second base bag. He made somewhat of an effort, not much of one. So here's Gabe Petrucelli, walked back in the 3rd. Salukis still searching for their first hit of the game. We're here in the 4th. The pitch, breaking ball well high, 1-0. Jane Flores on deck. He reached on the error by Holbrook, the left fielder, his last time up. The 1-0. Splits the plate, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Salukis with base runners. Lofton at second. McKenzie over at first. The 1-1. Big swing and a miss off speed there by Duke. 1-2 count. He's already in the longest outing of his season. He's got 4 strikeouts. One more strikeout and he ties the season high. He had a career high. Here's the 1-2. Low. 2-2. Petrucelli stayed off of a good breaking ball. Duke tugs the bill of that red bill. The 2-2 pitch. Petrucelli just got a piece of it to stay alive. Lofton slowly doesn't even walk all the way back to second. He's going to try to cheat his way here. 2-2 count, 2 outs. No score, top of the 4th. The pitch. Petrucelli, short dribbler, first base side will go foul, and everybody's got to go back. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Two runners on. The 2-2. Breaking ball outside corner, called strike 3. Froze up Petrucelli. That's his 5th strikeout. It's career high in strikeouts for Duke. We are through 3.5. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. No score. Andrew Evans back out on the rubber. Saluki baseball from Learfield.
Conveniently located in the heart of southern Illinois lies Rend Lake Golf Resort, the region's only 27-hole public golf course with 5 sets of tees, expansive greens, driving range, and on-site PGA instruction. Rend Lake Golf Resort is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. Looking for stay-and-play packages? Check out Rend Lake Golf Resort's on-site lodging, condos, and cabins. After your round, relax with friends and family and enjoy a meal on-site at Seasons Restaurant. To learn more, visit us at RendLakeGolfResort.com. Rend Lake Golf Resort, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
A little movie trivia here in Nashville. Bottom of the 4th we go. It will be 3, 4, and 5 spots here due up. Good to hear from my good friend John Fitzgerald, voice of the Redbirds. Illinois State Big Series this weekend against UIC. Glad Fitz could take time out of his schedule to just check on all of us little people. Dave Winder tuning in as well, voice of the Racers. Murray State, big weekend this weekend. We'll get into the Valley standings and talk about all those impact games this weekend. Holbrook, McMeans, and Sprocket will be the 3 scheduled hitters against Andrew Evans. Again, the lone hit for either team right now is a bunt that Schwalbach was trying to basically bait into going foul. It never did. A breaking ball high and away, 1-0. Speaking of the Redbirds and Salukis in softball right now. They're in the top of the 6th now in Carbondale. Still no score. It's popped up here. Oh, McKenzie's going to just try to find it. He can't see it. Petrucelli can't see it. No one can see it. It drops. It's going to be a double. Flores struggling to find it. Jacob McKenzie couldn't see it. Gabe Petrucelli came in. He couldn't find it. And then it was on Andrew Evans to try to locate it, and Andrew Evans was trusting his defense around him. So there's hit number 2 for Belmont. It will be a double for Holbrook. I guess they haven't officially ruled, but that's a hit. So here's McMeans, struck out against Evans. So let's see what McMeans will do here with a base runner on at second. See if Belmont plays small. They will turn back to second. The throw, and Petrucelli able to grab it before it went into center field. Bottom of the fourth here from Nashville. Belmont trying to get ahead here early on SIU. Leg kick from Evans. Home bunt, third base side. Flores comes in. Bare hands tries to make a throw. I think he got him. Yes, he did. Man, that was a close play. Sacrifice does work. Flores guns him at first. But it does the job for Belmont, and now they have a chance here with Sprocket or Maddox on a sac fly to score. Holbrook, who had a leadoff double that did not leave the infield. I do not know what Matt Anderson was just trying to indicate to both dugouts. He was making some sort of hand gesture. 12-6 breaking ball, missed. 1-0. One out, runner on at third is Holbrook for Belmont. No score, bottom of the fourth. The 1-0, smack third base side. A man almost hit Holbrook. Now he's got to be careful that if it does hit him, at least he'll be in foul ground. He can't be in fair territory if that ball hits him or he's out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sprocket got the game-winning RBI against Bradley on Sunday. Shows bunt, first base side. Evans, there's no one covering first. There will be another infield hit, and that scores a run. It's 1-0 Belmont, and that's where you got the inexperience of Jacob McKenzie there at first. Petrucelli was trying to come in. It'll be a infield. All of the hits for Belmont have been in the infield. Amazing. It's 1-0 Belmont, bottom of the fourth. The pitch. Swing, first base side will get through. Petrucelli dove. He tried to get to it. They will hold up the runner at second. So back-to-back hits. That's the first hit for Belmont today that's left the infield. Again, not to belabor the point, but Shane Duke has allowed 9 earned runs in his 2 appearances. And right now he's no-hit the Salukis through 4. So got to get out of this inning with limited damage if you're Andrew Evans. It's 1-0. See if Andrew can lock back in here. 1-0 the count, 1 out. 1-0 Belmont. We're in the bottom of the fourth, first and second here for the Bruins. Runners go, pitch high, Schwalbach throw down the third is in time. The tag is there. Now they're going to say review it, but I don't think that would be a smart challenge by Belmont, but let's see what Coach Jarvis will do. They have not asked, and Coach Jarvis, he wants to talk to the umpire first and get why he probably called him out before he goes to challenge it. And he's probably just asking, did he overslide the bag? Did he not? So now it looks like they are going to challenge it. Looked like the throw, no doubt, beat him to the bag. The question is, did the tag by Flo get there in time? Again, there's 1 out. The call on the field. So now there's got to be conclusive video evidence to overturn it. Again, if we were back home and this was a TV game, we know there would be no chance of it getting overturned because that's how everything went last weekend. Have no idea what the angles that our crew will have available to them. So it's under review. If the play is overturned, it will be only 1 out and runners at second and third. If the play is upheld or confirmed, it will be just a base runner at second with 2 gone. Andrew Evans will have a warm-up. We'll do some tosses here as we await the umpiring crew. One nothing Belmont. They've scored the run here in the inning. Of course, tough defensive plays really twice in the inning for SIU, and both of them have kind of been with the inexperience of Jacob McKenzie at first. But that's where Coach Rhodes pregame, if you heard him, he made the lineup today, of course, to try to maximize his offense. And you say that, and you have no hits through 4 against the guy who's been very hittable so far in the league. Umpires are taking a long time to look at this. The replay area is right behind the dugout on the first base side. Well, they're now in the bottom of the 6th at Charlotte West Stadium. And SIU and Illinois State are still in a scoreless game. Again, that's an elimination game. The winner will play Murray supposedly in an hour, but that'll probably get pushed a little bit. That game being right now currently in the 6th. Umpires still have not emerged. They are still taking a look at it. So it must be extremely close there at first. And again, it's got to be conclusive to overturn it. Andrew Evans has stopped doing some warm-up tosses. He's just kind of walking around right now. And here we go. So here comes our umpiring crew. The Schwalbach get the out at third. Let's see as everybody anticipates Matt Anderson. Here we go. So it's been overturned. So double steal. Don't know if Belmont has the in-venue camera system, but won't be surprised. Schools that invest in that stuff end up getting game-changing plays turned their way. That's why investments matter in your facility. 2-0 count. The pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, 2-1. Runners at second and third. 1 out. Belmont trying to power through here as it's Webb still at the plate. The 2-1 from Evans. Big swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. Man, it would be nice to get an Andrew Evans strikeout here. 2-2 count. Webb walked against Evans back in the third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A little high. And it's full. Saluki fans that are here wanted that to be strike 3. They didn't get it. Good contingent of Saluki fans here. Count is run full. First base is open. 1 out, 1-0 Belmont. The pitch. Popped him up. First base side. McKenzie tries to locate, but it'll go well foul. Again, not a ton of foul ground. It's got to be a pretty, and I say stationary pop-up. Count is full. Runners at second and third. 1-0 Belmont. The pitch. Down the line and well foul again. Webb fights that one off. For the third base side of the rubber, Andrew Evans deals it home. Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout. There is strikeout number 3 for Andrew Evans. It's the second out in the inning, and you would take a big sigh of relief if you're a Saluki fan if you can get through this with only allowing 1 run. The Saluki offense at some point has got to pick up Andrew Evans. Here's Michael LaRue, 1 for 1 with a single, and again, that was a bunt. McKenzie deep behind the bag at first, and a breaking ball low, 1-0. Still runners at second and third off that double steal. Got both of them in scoring position. Base hit can make it 3-0 Belmont. And the pitch low and in, 2-0. Andrew Evans, eyes in at home. The pitch got the top of the strike zone. It's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Lifted foul. 2-2. Andrew Evans is now a strike away from limiting the inning to just 1 run. Salukis will have 8, 9, and 1 spots scheduled in the top of the 5th. 2-2 count. Runners at 3rd and 2nd for Belmont. They lead at 1-0. The pitch. 12-6 breaking ball, and he misses. 4th strikeout for Evans. And we are now through 4, but Belmont strikes first. They get 1 run on 3 hits. There were no Saluki errors. They strand 2. They've stranded 4 over the last 2 innings. To the top of the 5th we go. SIU needs the bats to wake up. This is Saluki baseball from Learfield.
Dive into the authentic flavors of Mexico at Tequila's Mexican Restaurant. From sizzling fajitas to mouth-watering enchiladas and the freshest guacamole in town, Tequila's brings you an unforgettable dining experience. And don't forget our signature margaritas, crafted to perfection. Located right in the heart of Southern Illinois, make sure to visit Tequila's at their locations in Carbondale, Marion, DuQuoin, and Carterville, and enjoy the authentic taste of Mexico.
SIU.
Shane Duke having his best performance as a Belmont Bruin. The freshman from right here in Nashville, Tennessee, will try to go through the 5th inning. And outside of 3 defensive errors and 2 walks, those are the lone bases that he has allowed, or that Belmont has allowed in the game. But again, the Salukis have not really been close in trying to get a hit here off Shane Duke. Christian Sprawling, who will be due up 3rd. He had a near 3-run homer. Kai Watson lifted one, but it was well fouled, but it was deep enough where if it stayed fair, it would have been a homer. And then Jaden Flores hit one to the warning track that was dropped by Holbrook. But there's not been, and the line drive by Kai Watson too, that was ended up doubled off, but there's not been near hits even in this game as it pitch high here to Jaden Flores. 1-0. 1-0 lead for Belmont. We are in the top of the 5th. Bruins trying to snap a 7-game losing skid in the series to SIU. Their last win was in the Valley Tournament in Terre Haute in 2023. Pitch low at the turf. 2-0. Flores, he reached on the error by Holbrook and left. Again, wind is blowing out to left. Here's the 2-0. Flo popped it up. It's behind home plate. Sprocket trying to locate it. He can't find it, and it drops. I'm telling you, that sun is a really tough play here in Nashville. We've already seen it and saw it last weekend in the series against Belmont. I believe it was LaRue in that big 9-run inning, or the 11-run inning that Bradley had. He had a chance to get the first out in straightaway center and just misplaced it. That sun can wreak havoc. 2-1 count. Nobody out. 1-0 Belmont, top of the 5th. Flores in the air to left. Holbrook is back. Warning track. He's running out of room. He's at the wall. He leaps, and it's gone, and it's a tie game. Jaden Flores just stuck it out in front of that video board and scoreboard and left. Flow time in Nashville. It's his 4th homer of the year. It's a tie game at 1, and the first hit of the game for SIU is a thunderous home run. We needed that boom. And now Schwalbach here in the 9th spot, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First hit of the day for SIU, and what a way to break up the no-no. Pitch low, 1-0 here to Schwalbach. Again, Duke, there is a arm that's up and throwing in Belmont's bullpen. 1-0. Can't get a good view of who it is, but there is an arm that's throwing. 2-0. here to Schwalbach. Time is called. Sprocket will make his way out to Duke. Guarantee you that won't be the last home run here this weekend for sure from Nashville. Again, this can be a hitter's ballpark, especially when that wind is playing a factor like today. It's not a harsh wind, but it's enough to where, just like Jaden Flores, where if you get enough underneath it, it could just get out. And it did, right over that left field wall. So Schwalbach will step back in. He's ahead 2-0 in the count. Leadoff homer by Jaden Flores, tying the game up here at 1. The 2-0, Schwalbach on a line. Second baseman backpedaling on the shift, throws the first in time. 4-3 put out by Davis. Davis was in shallow right and gets the first out. And here's Christian Sprawling, who's 0 for 2 today. Reached on air in the first, struck out swinging his last time up. Top of the order has really struggled so far in this game. None of them have been able to reach yet outside of the errors. Sprawling looks at a strike at his knees, 0-1. Belmont with a run in the bottom of the 4th. Salukis have answered back with the leadoff homer here in the 5th. And now Sprawling, that hit him. Matt Anderson, is he going to award him first base? Yes. It's kind of an awkward wait. I didn't know if Matt Anderson actually believed Christian Sprawling. And Sprawling will now head over to first. It's the second hit batter of the game. Salukis, they are second in the league in hit by pitches this year. So now let's see if Kai Watson has something cooking. 0 for 2, lined out hard back in the first. Grounded out to short in the third, and we'll do a checkup throw over to first. Again, softball update for you, just because I have it up here too, anxiously awaiting. No score, bottom of the 7th back at Charlotte West. Salukis got the winning run on at first with nobody out in that ball game. Pitch low here to Watson, it's 1-0. Mike Trude and Pat Poor, man, they got the theatrics there in Carbondale this week. We'll see if we got theatrics here. Check up throw over to first. Christian Sprawling back in. Again, these two teams deadlocked at 9-9 in the Valley standings. With just 2 weekends left. Another throw over to first, trying to get that bullpen more time. Only one pitch has been thrown to Kai Watson, and it was out of the zone. Julio Guerrero is on deck. The 1-0. Watson fights it off, and it goes into the stands here, just off to our left. Hard for me to really see the crowd. You're kind of deep here in the press box in terms of our seats, trying to put my head out to see, but it does seem like it's a good crowd here today. 1 ball, 1 strike, runner on at first, tie game at 1. The pitch, Watson right up the middle, and it will drop. That was a line drive hit. Sprawling will hold up at second. That was almost as hard as he hit it back in the first, except the one in the first was right at the glove of Duke. So first and second, and there's 1 out, and now Julio Guerrero, we'll see if he will face Duke here in the inning. There's Dave Jarvis still watching there from the dugout, and now we will see a mound visit here for Belmont. We'll see if there will be a change. Right now it's just the catcher Sprocket coming out to greet Duke on the mound with the Belmont assistant. Gives us time to update you some of the scores throughout the league. Evansville on the road at Valpo this weekend. They lead at 5-3. That's in the bottom of the 7th. Bradley, they are out of league play this weekend. They're actually playing 2 separate teams. They lead Gardner-Webb 6-2 currently. And then they will also play Campbell this weekend. So 4 games for Bradley, 2 against each of those teams. And they're just underway in Murray, Indiana State, and Murray State. Seems like the battle for whoever wins that is going to be in an even better spot to get a potential top 2 seed. UIC and Illinois State That one should be about to get underway from Chicago. That's on ESPNU tonight. Pitch. In for a strike, dropped it into Guerrero, 0-1. Gave Jack Reardon, my good buddy there at UIC, a hard time. The announcers were in person in Carbondale, but they're not in person in Chicago on ESPNU. What's going on there? What's going on there, Jack? Got to get that straightened out. First and second, 1 out, tie game at 1. We're in the 5th. Throw over to second, but back in plenty of time was Sprawling. Sprawling, he was hit by pitch. Kai Watson lined a single to center. Shane Duke was tossing a no-hitter here into the 5th. The 0-1. Oh, Guerrero smashed it in the left, near the wall, back in the warning track, and it will one hop into the wall and go over the wall. Gosh darn it, it's a ground rule double. That's going to hold Watson at third. If it would have stayed in, it would have scored him. It does score Sprawling. Only 1 RBI for Guerrero, but it does the job. And SIU now in front for the first time today, 2-1. So now Cecil Lofton. Duke still right now staying in the game. For Belmont. And Lofton was second and third with 1 out, and he checked his swing, but I think he went around. Oh, they're going to say no, he did not. All right, well, Bobo gets a break. Lofton so far today, he's been hit by pitch. This one first base side, and it goes foul. So we'll send everybody back. Clearly called by Matt Anderson, our home plate umpire. So a ground rule double by Julio Guerrero. Able to score Christian Sprawling. Kai Watson at third, and Lofton able to lay off. Big spot here for Lofton. 2-1 count, 2-1 lead, and he held up, but it was in the zone. It's 2-2. Good RBI chance here for Cecil Lofton. He leads the Salukis in RBI in league play this year. Duke is ready. The 2-2. Low. Count is full. Jake Ryan watches on there at first. Tony Caldwell, the third base coach, eyes in at Julio Guerrero at second, behind Kai Watson at third. It's a full count, 1 out, 2-1 lead. SIU breaking ball, first base side. Lofton will be put out at first, but the run comes in. Runner does move over to third, and Guerrero RBI for Lofton. So give credit, as it'll be an RBI for Bobo. Scoring is Watson on that put out. And now Guerrero moves up 90 feet. Three to 1 on that put out. So here's McKenzie. The breaking ball just missed. 1-0. Guerrero just off the bag there at third. 3 runs in the inning for SIU. It's 3-1 Dogs. We're in the top of the 5th. Belmont got 1 run in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 1-0. McKenzie offers at it, swings through it, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-1 Salukis here in the top of the 5th. The 1-1. McKenzie just got a piece of it, and it gets fouled right into the on-deck circle where Tim Semay is at. Jane Flores had a leadoff homer, RBI double by Julio Guerrero, then an RBI ground out by Lofton. Julio Guerrero stands at third, the 1-2 with 2 outs. Strike 3, swing for McKenzie, and that ends the inning. 6 strikeouts for Duke. That's still a career high for him. He gets the Bruins through 5, but SIU with a big inning. Salukis They were able to score 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 9-1 and 2 spots due up for Belmont. This Saluki baseball from Learfield.
Dive into the authentic flavors of Mexico at Tequila's Mexican Restaurant. From sizzling fajitas to mouth-watering enchiladas and the freshest guacamole in town, Tequila's brings you an unforgettable dining experience. And don't forget our signature margaritas, crafted to perfection. Located right in the heart of Southern Illinois, make sure to visit Tequila's at their locations in Carbondale, Marion, DuQuoin, and Carterville, and enjoy the authentic taste of Mexico.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research 1 university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
Well, he said the offense needed to wake up, and they did. 3 runs come in for SIU in the top of the 5th. Now let's see if Andrew Evans can settle down after the Bats were able to pick him up in the top half of this inning. As Brody Langlotz 0 for 1 today, he lined out to McKenzie as he tried to bunt to move Webb and LaRue both in the scoring position. Webb was at second at the time. That was a big inning for Belmont when the game was scoreless. First pitch inside. 1-0. Belmont had first and second with nobody out, and the next 3 were set down by Evans. Popped up. This is in the shallow center. Let's see if Tim Semay can eye it. Tim gets called off by Christian Sprawling, and Sprawling records the out. 1 away. Again, it's not an incredibly windy day. Again, the wind was, at the start of the game, was right about 3 miles an hour. Oh, man, it's picked up big time. It's up to 4. To the top of the order, Charlie Davis, 0 for 2 today. Flew out to left to Sprawling. That was one when Sprawling kind of initially read it kind of in shallow left, and then had to move back quickly. 1-0 to Davis. 3-1 SIU. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Game 1 of this 3-game series. The 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1. Evans trying to work through his 5th inning. Right now he's at 67 pitches, and that's on a line in the right center. Guerrero on his horse, and Guerrero makes the grab. Oh, Julio Guerrero, that's why it's so great to have him back in center. That was well struck by Davis. But Guerrero got on his horse, and he was able to charge into one and prevent that from being a potential double. So now here's Landon Godsey, 0 for 2 in the game. He lined out on an excuse me swing to Jacob McKenzie his last time up. And that pitch low below his knees, 1-0. 1-0 count, 2 outs, 3-1 lead for SIU. Bottom of the 5th, the pitch. Big swing and a miss, 1-1. The 1-1. 12-6 breaking ball, and Godsey just couldn't catch up to it. 1-2. Or he was thinking fastball. Let's see if Evans will try to go fastball here or go 12-6 breaking ball again. Here's the 1-2. He went fastball, driven in the right. Back on it, warning track at the wall. Making the grab is Kai Watson right in front of that warning track and near the wall. 1-2-3 goes Belmont after the Salukis put up 3. We head to the top of the 6th. It's 3-1 Salukis. This is Saluki baseball from Learfield.
Conveniently located in the heart of southern Illinois lies Rend Lake Golf Resort, the region's only 27-hole public golf course with 5 sets of tees, expansive greens, driving range, and on-site PGA instruction. Rend Lake Golf Resort is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. Looking for stay-and-play packages? Check out Rend Lake Golf Resort's on-site lodging, condos, and cabins. After your round, relax with friends and family and enjoy a meal on-site at Seasons Restaurant. To learn more, visit us at RendLakeGolfResort.com. Rend Lake Golf Resort, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Emily Delgado with a huge strikeout for Saluki softball. It is still a scoreless game in Carbondale. There was a play at the plate in the top of the 8th where SIU was able to get an out at home to keep that game scoreless. So they're going to the bottom of the 8th. Oh, you know, when you're trying to fight through that loser's bracket, the Salukis have already spent 9 innings against Murray. They are now at least gone 8 defensively. Hopefully the offense can get a run in and they can focus on the Murray State Racers here tonight. New pitcher for Belmont. Sam Heyman will now come into the game for the Bruins. Give you Heyman's numbers. A 5.86 ERA will be his 16th appearance. 35 1/3 innings logged. 33 strikeouts. 15 walks. He will come in for Duke, and honestly, in a way, I mean, this was Duke's best performance of the year, and his final line will be 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, and had a career-high 6 strikeouts, 85 pitches, 54 of them were for strikes. So now Heyman gets his opportunity. Trying to slow down a Saluki offense that just finally got their first hit of the game in the 5th. Went 4 innings against Bradley. Only allowed 5 hits, 2 runs. And then he went 4 2/3 against the Beacons back on April 24th. He's got experience where he's had a chance to get stretched out a bit. Right now he enters here in the 6th inning. With SIU leading 3-1. It's Tim Semay, Gabe Petrucelli, and Jaden Flores due up here in the inning. As the sun starts to go down here behind us, but still plenty of sunlight left in the day on this gorgeous Nashville day. Here's the 0-1. Tim Semay eyes that one in for a strike, 0-2. He kind of tried to sell it with his arms again. But Matt Anderson not buying it. 0-2 count, nobody on. The pitch. Chopped first base side. It will stay in fair ground. The catcher throws on to first, Sprocket. And he will go 2-3 to retire Tim Semay. 1 gone. You're in a 3-1 lead for SIU. Gabe Petrucelli 0 for 1. Walked in the 3rd. He struck out looking to end the 4th. That's when SIU, they stranded 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and then just 1 in the 5th. The pitch to Petro, got a high strike, 0-1. 0-1 count, 1 out. 3-1 lead SIU. The pitch Petrucelli in the air to left. Back on it is Holbrook. He's chasing it near the wall. It may be over his head. It is. It goes into the wall. Petrucelli into second as Holbrook still couldn't find it. Finally got it relayed in. But a 1-out double for Gabe Petrucelli. Reaches for his 2nd time today. And the Salukis with just their 4th hit of the game. Coming since the 5th. And the man who's coming to the plate now, he homered off of Duke the last time up, and that started off the 5th. Again, now he'll see Sam Heyman, another right-hander. Jake Carroll, the Carroll family is here this weekend, taking in the series. 1 out, 2-run lead for SIU. Gabe Petrucelli on at second. The pitch popped up by Flo. It's in the infield. Maddox just off the first base bag. He will make the grab. 2 away. Flo popped one up, I believe, during the course of that at bat. He ended up getting the home run. But thankfully got away from the catcher in foul ground. Schwalbach 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Petrucelli had a 1-out double, trying to make sure that doesn't go without getting a run in here in the inning. Outside, 1-0 here to Schwalbach. 3-1 lead SIU. We are now on the top of the 6th. Heyman looks at second at Petro. Here's the 1-0. Wow, outside, 2-0. 2-0 count. 2 outs. 3-1 lead for the Dogs. We are in the top of the 6th. Schwalbach, the lefty. The runner on at second. Here's the 2-0. Schwalbach, short dribbler, third base side. Going to be a tough play for the shortstop. McMeans is there. Throws on the first. High throw. Gets away. Will allow a run to come in. Petrucelli diving head first. He's there. Schwalbach should have got to second. He just stayed put there at first. But nonetheless, Petrucelli will score to make it 4-1. SIU. It will be on that throwing error by McMeans. That's his second error of the game. I couldn't tell with a good throw if he would have gotten Schwalbach, but for sure you give the error on the advancement by Petrucelli and, of course, coming in to score. So here is Christian Sprawling. Sprawl eyes that one in the dirt, or the turf, I should say. And it will be Schwalbach reaching on an error. So now Sprawling, he was hit by a pitch his last time up. 4-1 Dogs. Sprawl just missed it, fouled it back on 1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Salukis have scored the last 4 in the game after they trailed 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 1-1. Sprawling, first base side, will eventually roll foul. Schwalbach will head back to first. One ball, 2 strikes. 4-1 lead for SIU. We are in the top of the 6th inning. 1 run in here in the inning. It's Christian Sprawling trying to get his first hit of the day. He's trying to reach back-to-back plate appearances. Sprawling, big swing and a miss on a pitch down away. That's the second time he has struck out today. First strikeout for Heyman. But the Salukis get Gabe Petrucelli in. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 Belmont error and 1 left on base. We are through 5.5. Salukis increase the lead to 4-1. And 4-1, Andrew Evans back out for the bottom of the 6th. Saluki baseball from Learfield.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research 1 university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
Conveniently located.
Sidney Potter for SIU missed a walk-off home run by about a foot. It ended up being a double. Potter currently stands at second in the bottom of the 8th in a scoreless game between SIU and Illinois State, an elimination game in that Valley tournament in Carbondale. Salukis just trying to survive, and they will have to play again. This is only their second game of that Valley softball tournament, and they have almost played 18 innings worth, which is just nuts to think in terms of how that tournament has gone to this point. SIU, they are battling their tails off there and here in Nashville. Bottom of the 6th, it will be Holbrook, McMeans, and Sprocket due up here against Andrew Evans. Holbrook and the Salukis just walked it off. Salukis with a walk-off double to win it against Illinois State. So the Redbirds are eliminated, and SIU will play again here tonight at Charlotte West Stadium, should say. Not here in Nashville tonight. Pitch inside for a strike, 0-1. Big time for Saluki softball. Congratulations to the Dogs on the Valley Tournament win. So they will play Murray State and try to get revenge on the Racers tonight, probably in roughly about 45 minutes or so. But here, 1-1 the count as Holbrook, who doubled in the infield his last time up to start off the 4th. The 1-1 breaking ball in for a strike, 1-2. I believe it was Hayden Kurtz who gets the walk-off hit for Saluki softball. 1-2 count, 4-1 lead. 12-6 breaking ball on the ground. Petrucelli will field it cleanly on the shift. Over to McKenzie, 4-3 for the out. So now it's Kevin McKeans. He's had a tough day defensively, 2 errors for him. And he's also struck out here at the plate, and he sacrificed on a bunt to Jaden Flores back in the 4th. That was nearly a hit. The pitch, sharply grounded foul. Max right there at 3rd. Again, was able to talk to Max before the game. Max was at Indiana State when I was at Indiana State. Again, was a tremendous player for Mitch Hannes. And now his second stop in the Valley coaching. He was at Illinois State last year with Steve Holm. And now here with Dave Jarvis here in Nashville. Breaking ball foul, 0-2. Talk about just great people, guys who are tremendous players too, but even better human beings. Max was that and then some. He reminds you of why you love your job that we get and get to do it now, getting to know these guys here wearing Saluki maroon. 1 out in the inning. It's an 0-2 count. 3-run lead for SIU, and that pitch lifted foul. And will stay 0-2. And the last time, looking at the Valley Tournament, I was talking about Max doing the prep work. The last time that Southern, or I should say the last time that every team in the league made it into the double elimination part of the bracket was his sophomore year in 2018 at DBU. Here's the 0-2. I think he went around. They say he didn't. Oh, my. All right, it's 1-2. So McMeans will stay alive, as Mark Hutchinson said he did not make the full swing around. 4 strikeouts for Andrew Evans. He hasn't struck anybody out since the 4th. We're here in the 6th. 12-6 breaking ball popped up. First base side. McKenzie going to be called off by Petrucelli, and Petrucelli gets the out. That was a good call here by Petro. And Jacob comes in and kind of jokes with Petro. Probably say, I could have got it, man. I had it. Here's Sprocket. RBI single his last time up. And again, that was on the bunt. I love our guy, Mike Trude. He just texted me. He said, hey, Hayden Kurtz just walked off. I know, Mike. We had it on, my man. Mike and Pat get a chance to call another one. I really hope those guys can get an opportunity. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to them, I'm okay if you turn us off to listen to them. Here's the 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And you talk about people who are passionate about Saluki athletics. We have so many of them in Saluki Nation, but what Pat Poor and Mike True do for us is so invaluable. Ground ball right back to Andrew Evans. He'll come off the mound, underhanded 1-3, and Andrew Evans is now through 6. No runs, no hits. There are no Saluki errors. Nobody left on base. What a great inning. SIU baseball extended their lead 4-1. Saluki softball stays alive, and they'll try to get revenge on those pesky Racers tonight We head to the 7th here in Nashville. 4-1 lead. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
The Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois has the most highly trained team of orthopedic, spine, and podiatric surgeons, including interventional pain management. From sports medicine to neurosurgery, podiatry, and interventional pain, we are committed to providing the very best in diagnoses, treatments, physical and occupational therapy, and rehabilitation to local athletes. Visit oisil.com or call 618-997-6800. OISI is the official orthopedic provider of Saluki Athletics.
Heyman will stay in the game for Belmont. 2, 3, and 4 spots scheduled for SIU. Will be Watson, Guerrero, and Lofton. Murray State has taken the initial lead over Indiana State in that big 3-game series at Johnny Reagan Field. Racers lead at 2-0. They scored 2 in the bottom of the first. They are currently in the top of the third. Valpo, they've come back. They have scored 2 in the 9th to tie up Evansville at 5. They have the winning run at second. So the Beacons trying to take game 1 from Evansville. And they get Bradley out of league. They lead Gardner-Webb 6-5 in the bottom of the 4th. And Illinois State UIC first pitch about 14 minutes away in Chicago. Again, that game will be on national TV. Oh, one of the all-time favorites in Carbondale. Jake Ryan takes his spot over there first. I'm sure Craig Ryan listening in somewhere tonight. That's the pops of Jake Ryan. Got to meet Tyler and Dirk, his brothers, over the weekend. There are few families that are as great as the Ryan family. I still got to meet Craig. I believe his nickname is Rocket Ryan. I got to meet Rocket Ryan one of these days. Either Rocket Ryan or the Rock Ryan. Anyways, cool nickname. I wish I had some sort of nickname like that. But that's why I wasn't a member of the Ryan family. Top 7, 4-1 lead for SIU. Kai Watson watches that one go wide, 1-0. Does not appear that Belmont has anybody at least stretching in their bullpen at this moment. Salukis have someone down the bullpen, but they're throwing a football right now. Pitch low, 2-0. And believe me, Johnson is that arm, and we'll see exactly how the Salukis manage the late innings here. The 2-0. High in there for a strike, 2-1. Now, when you look at Andrew Evans and his pitch count, 84, I think you feel pretty comfortable for sure you can get another one out of him and get you through 7. Here's the 2-1. Outside corner. Apparently grabbed the zone, 2-2. So now they really play the shift here on Kai Watson. He's got a big hole at that third base bag. The third baseman, Gotzi, is basically the shortstop, the 2-2. Watson hit it right into the shift. Backhanded by the first baseman. Maddox will underhand to Heyman. 3-1 to retire Watson. Julio Guerrero had the ground rule double his last time up. Got an RBI on it. It's so great to get Guerrero back in the lineup. Of course, he made that major impact in the Murray State series. The pitch in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Julio takes a big deep breath. 0-1 count, 1 out, 4-1 lead, SIU, top of the 7th. The pitch, low, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The 1-1 on a line and right at the third baseman's glove, and he got it. Godsey robbed Guerrero of what would have been a double. And maybe, depending on how far it goes down the line and how off Holbrook was, possibly maybe a triple. That was smoked. And now Cecil Lofton, an RBI on his ground out his last time up. He's been hit by a pitch today. And that pitch low to Lofton, 1-0. Lofton fouled that off of himself. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. It's a 4-1 lead for SIU, currently in the top of the 7th. Sam Heyman trying to work a 1-2-3 inning. The 1-1. Lofton blistered it, but it goes well foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-1 lead SIU. The pitch, well outside, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Let's see if we can get a Bobo bomb here in the 7th. The 2-2. Fouled it again off of his foot. And then if we do get a Bobo bomb, I kind of want to time to see how long it will take him to go around the bases. And Belmont probably, man, he's showing us up. And it's like, no, he can literally barely run. He's giving it all he can with his bat. Here's the 2-2. Bobo on the line in the left, and that will be a single. 2-out single for Lofton. McKenzie struck out to end the 5th inning, which was that big 3-run inning for SIU. Currently a 4-1 lead. McKenzie walked behind Lofton in the 4th. So last time Lofton reached base, McKenzie was able to reach base as well. The pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Cecil Lofton just off the first base bag. The 0-1. Swing and a miss by McKenzie, 0-2. 0-2 count, 2 outs. 3-run lead for SIU. Insurance at first and Cecil Lofton. The 0-2. McKenzie in the center, softly hit, will fall for a base hit. Lofton will jog in the second. So right now those two, Lofton and McKenzie, they are twinning today. Whatever one did, the other was able to do. Lofton struck out in the second. McKenzie followed with a strikeout. Lofton was hit by a pitch, reached base in the 4th. McKenzie walked, wasn't hit by a pitch. Here they both get a single, and now looks like, oh, they are going to pinch run. Okay, so they're going to pinch run here for McKenzie. Caleb Hall will come in. And Hall has typically played first more. He has struggled at the plate. So my guess is you're more just trying to say, hey, we'll put in our better defensive player with more than likely limited offensive chances here to go. First and second, 2 outs. The pitch. Pounds a strike here to Tim Semay, 0-1. Semay really has not been able to get a good rip on a baseball yet. Grounded out his first time up, flew out to right in the 4th inning. And that buzzes by him again at 0-2. Oh, 2 count, 2 outs. Salukis lead it 4-1. We're in the top of the 7th. Base runners at first and second. Pitch down away, trying to get Tim Semay to chase it with Sam Heyman. The 1-2. Tim Semay poked it right on the ground, but it's not going to get out of the infield. Second baseman Davis goes over to first. 4-3 put out to retire Tim Semay. Salukis strand 2 off of 2 hits, no runs. There were no errors by Belmont. It's time to stretch here in Nashville. 4-1 lead. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield. Andrew Evans trying to complete 7 innings of work as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Salukis do lead it 4-1 here from Nashville. Great to have you with us, everybody. If you're tuned in after Salukis softball got the walk-off win, we appreciate you doing that before they get rocking and rolling again tonight from Charlotte West. SIU will play Murray for the second time, and then the winner of that game will face the host school here, Belmont, in what the winner of tonight's game hope will be 2 games tomorrow. 6:30, by the way, is when that game will get started back in Carbondale. Again, that game, you can listen to it on the Varsity Network app. Maddox, Webb, and LaRue. It's the bottom of the order. And at times this year, it feels like when Southern has some key innings, they haven't been able to take advantage of the bottom of the order. Can you do that here? 0-1 here to Jake Maddox as he swings through. Maddox, he was the first Bruin to get a hit that left the infield against Evans. And he's the only one to do that in the game. It's 1-1 now to Evans. Or Maddox, excuse me, from Evans. The 1-1, 12-6 breaking ball, ground ball right over to Caleb Hall. We'll go 3-1 as Andrew Evans came over to field it. 1 away. Last time that Evans was able to get through 7 was when he struck out 11 against Illinois State. That's when he went 8 innings that night through 117 pitches. Went 5 innings against the Sycamores, only went 3 against Murray State, and then 4 2/3 against Bradley. So with 1 out, it was Nate Webb. And he went around, even though they say he didn't. It's 1-0. 1-0 the count, 1 out. 4-1 lead, bottom of the 7th. The pitch, 12-6 breaking ball, fouled away. 1-1. It looked like early that Evans had trouble landing that pitch consistently for strikes. And man, after just the 4th, and I really wouldn't even put it on Evans, the 1-1. Ground ball right to Tim Semay, charges in, gloved at his cleats, one-handed throw over, and a 6-3 put out. So Michael LaRue singled on the infield back in the 3rd. That's when he bunted his way on, and then struck out against Evans to end the 4th. It's the last guy that Evans was able to get the strikeout. Evans enters now here at 90 pitches. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. And honestly, this is where, it's going to be tough if you're Lance Rhodes. I think if he can avoid a long at bat here, I think you can run him out for 1 more. Got the outside corner, 0-2. If he's sitting at 93 pitches, I know you're up 4-1, but you want to ride that guy as long as you can. Here's the 0-2 from Evans. Swing and a miss. There's the strikeout, his 5th of the night. And Andrew Evans has earned his way through 7 innings, and the Salukis lead it 4-1. We head to the top of the 8th. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research One university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
Heyman still on the mound for Belmont, trying to keep this well within striking distance. A 3-run ball game as we head to the top of the 8th. And it's been a night for Andrew Evans. So far, 7 innings for him, 4 hits, and only 1 of those hits left the infield. 1 run, it was earned. 5 strikeouts to 1 walk. Just been very efficient. And, I mean, how many times the lone extra base hit you allow or give up in the game was an infield double. And again, it was on a play that there was some miscommunication in the infield. So SIU will have Petrucelli, Flores, and Schwalbach come up to the plate. Bottom of the order's been good tonight when they've gotten on and set the table for the top half. Flo has had a homer tonight. You've had Petrucelli with a double. So Gabe Petrucelli officially 1 for 2 in the game with a walk and a double. 4-1 lead SIU. You know, we were talking about what you do with Andrew Evans. I think a lot depends on what maybe you do offensively here in the 8th, if anything. Pitch in for a strike, 0-1 to start off. Third baseman Godsey, even with the bag, but well off the line of third. He was playing on what was infield grass there for a moment. Petrucelli ripped it hard right into the second baseman's glove. Davis on the ground at second, and a 4-3 put out to start off the 8th. Jane Flores, he popped one up in the infield to Maddox, the first baseman. The second out back in the 6th. Man, how big will that throwing error by McMeans be? Schwalbach looked like he was going to ground out potentially, and he overthrew the bag at first. Foul tipped into the glove of Sprocket. Flores behind 0-1. But not only did it allow Schwalbach to reach, that allowed Petrucelli to come home. Here's the 0-1. High and in, and it's 1-1. Flo kind of looked at Matt Anderson as almost trying to get approval from Matt Anderson. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch. Flo in the air to left, deep, back near the warning track at the wall. A 1 hop into the wall and go over the wall for a ground rule double. Another ground rule double. Man, that alone reminds me of Horner Ballpark there in Dallas. So a 1 out double for Flo. Flo with a homer and a double now. And really important here for Schwalbach to find a way to, at least at the bare minimum, get Flores over 90 feet and have the top of the order with a chance to drive in an insurance run. 1 out, 4-1 lead SIU. We're in the top of the 8th. Schwalbach up the middle, that will score. Flores right on the ground, gets all the way to center field, and LaRue. Flores will score standing up. Now Flores was limping coming in the home. Hopefully he's okay. He didn't pull anything, but he is now reaching for his knee. Flores, I don't know what happened, but Flo scores. But hopefully it's nothing bad because Flores was really gimpy coming in the home. Man, that's the last thing this team needs. So RBI for Schwalbach. Flores scores. It's 5-1. And now it's the top of the order, and Christian Sprawling and SIU leading 5-1. The pitch from Heyman in the zone for a strike 0-1. Again, there is a ton of baseball left in this game. And right now, Salukis in a good spot. They've scored the last 5 in the game. Bounced in. Evens up the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Sprawling fouled it off. 3-3. The sun continues to set right behind us, which for those watching on behind the mic, you're getting blinded right now. I'll try to fix that here in a moment. Schwalbach at first, 5-1 lead SIU, top of the 8th. Another checkup throw there over to first. Still 1 out. Man, that sun is just bright as can be right now. The 1-2 pitch. Sprawling on the ground, third base, and against throw under the glove. Schwalbach will pound the bag at second. He's on his way to third. Tony Caldwell will hold him up, and Sprawling gets in the second. Godsey, he robbed the Salukis earlier in this game off the bat of Julio Guerrero. Sprawling will reach second. It will be a double. And now Schwalbach will be there at third, and we'll see if we get a pitching change. As they come to converge there on the mound. As SIU with a 5-1 lead here in the eighth. They have scored one, as they will try to score another. And second and third, and these are important outs. And like we told you, it really makes, I think, the decision for Lance Rhodes a little bit easier now when it comes to what you do with Andrew Evans in the game. Of course, Evans right now, he has pitched oh so well in the game. And the meeting is adjourned. And now Kai Watson will come here to the plate. So Kai with runners at second and third. Here's the pitch, and it's the outside corner for a strike 0-1. 0-1 count, one out. 5-1 lead. The infield is in now, and it's 1-1. The infield is in at all four spots. Belmont understands the importance here. With runners at second and third, they're trying to keep it within four. Top of the eighth, the pitch. Watson just fouled it away. Left field side. It's 1-2. Heyman and Belmont, they trail 5-1. Kai Watson in a big spot here for the Dogs. The 1-2 pitch, he strikes out swinging on a fastball high. It was at his eyes. And Kai Watson sits down. Second strikeout for Heyman. So now Julio Guerrero, he does his traditional hop into the right-handed batter's box, second and third. The pitch, low. 1-0, Guerrero just absolutely beamed one, but it was gloved by Godsey there at third. Guerrero's had great contact here tonight, including that RBI ground rule double back in the fifth. The 1-0. Guerrero just got too much underneath it, but it will get out of play. It's 1-1. Shadows not playing much of a factor right now. There are shadows coming in from the third base side. They come right up to the line. But then everything else is still in that setting sun. Guerrero high in the air to left. Deep, back, warning track wall. Goodbye, baseball! Julio Guerrero, a 3-run shot. And the Salukis open it up in the top of the eighth. That one was smoked. And Guerrero with his 7th homer as a Saluki. And there's more insurance for the Dogs. Scoring is Schwalbach, scoring is Sprawling. And with 2 outs, here's Cecil Lofton. And it's 8-1 SIU. As Lofton sees that pitch. And it's a 7-run lead. As the 0-1 count now evens up 1-1. A 2-out, 3-run blast by Guerrero. And now Lofton swings and misses at 1-2. 1-2 count, 2 outs in the inning. 8-1 lead for SIU. The 1-2 pitch, low. 2-2. Salukis have swept the last 2 years against Belmont. They've won 7 in a row in this series. The 2-2. Lofton popped it up. It's in the infield. It should be playable now. Oh, man, carried into the outfield. It's in left center. LaRue will make the third and final out in the inning. But Julio Guerrero, a 3-run homer for the Dogs, puts SIU in front 8-1. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
The Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois has the most highly trained team of orthopedic, spine, and podiatric surgeons, including interventional pain management. From sports medicine to neurosurgery, podiatry, and interventional pain, we are committed to providing the very best in diagnoses, treatments, physical and occupational therapy, and rehabilitation to local athletes. Visit oisil.com or call 618-997-6800. OISI is the official orthopedic provider of Saluki Athletics.
Guess who's back out there? Andrew Evans for SIU. It is a 8-1 lead for the Dogs. 9-1 in 2 spots. And Andrew Evans, well, they keep him out there to try to complete the game off. We'll see, but he'll get the bottom of the order in Langlots. And then Charlie Davis in Godsey. This is not an easy navigate to lineup, to navigate. Let me see if I can reword that again. It is not an easy top of the order to navigate. And it's really remarkable that Andrew Evans in this game, look at the top 3 tonight. They are combined 1 for 9 in the game. And also 0 for 7 in the game, hitting with 2 outs. Salukis not much better, but 3 for 12. And when they've hit, man, they've been massive hits. 9-1 in 2 spots here for SIU. They lead it 8-1. Trying to get an important leg up on this 3-game series. And again, Bruins, they have shown great grit this year. They have lost game 1 and come back to win the next 2 games twice. That includes a rivalry game with Murray. And also against Bradley last weekend, as that one chopped foul. And it's 0-1 here to Langlots. Well, Julio Guerrero's 3-run homer no doubt put a damper on the crowd here in Nashville outside of the Saluki fans that were hooting and hollering. The pitch popped up. Schwalbach takes off his mask, but he will not have enough room. Well, hopefully everyone's okay. I heard some noises here to our right. Couldn't tell if someone... 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. It's up high. 1-2. Andrew Evans entered the inning with 93 pitches thrown. So in terms of his arm health, he's right where he has been. The 1-2 ground ball, third base side, going to be a tough play for Flores. Charging in, and he'll barehand it and does the right move. He does not make a throw. Caleb Hall in the harsh setting sun. It will be a leadoff single here for Belmont. As Brody Langlots. It's the 5th hit today for Belmont. 4 of the 5 hits have been in the infield. And actually, I'll take it a step further. I say a drop fly ball, it was miscommunicated, but when I say in the infield, I'm pretty sure all 4 of the 5 were from the pitcher's mound to home plate, including a double, where that ball eventually just fell to the turf. In the air, foul ground, Flores charging. He'll try to look up, try to make a play. No, it will fall to the turf. Flores with a remarkable effort. Good to see Flores back out there. We mentioned how he was coming in the home plate and kind of was limping a bit. Don't see it right now defensively. Oh, 1 count, 8-1 lead SIU. We are in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. It's Charlie Davis trying to reach first base side. Hall gloves it on the second for one. Samay back for the turn. No. That would have been a 3-6-1 double play. Will be a fielder's choice. 3-6 to get Langlots. So now Landon Godsey to the plate. As Godsey bats from the right side, one out. And looks at a strike. Godsey in the game, he is 0 for 3. He flew out to center in the first. He lined out to McKenzie to end the third. Then he flew out to right to Kai Watson to end the fifth. Hall holding up the base runner at first and Charlie Davis. Here's the 0-1. Pitch outside. They do throw down the first, but Davis gets back in. One ball, one strike. One out. 7-run lead for SIU. We are in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. Foul tipped into the glove. And it's 1-2. One ball, two strikes, one out. It's a 7-run lead for SIU. 8 runs on 10 hits in the game for the Salukis. Belmont 1 run on 5 hits, 4 errors for Belmont. The 1-2 pitch, low and away, 2-2. The amazing thing is, out of those 4 errors, it's just that one throwing error where the Salukis came in the score by Gabe Petrucelli. Southern capitalizes on an error in this game. Here's the 2-2. Big swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 6. 2 gone. That was pitch 105 for Evans. And I think it probably rearranges who you bring out. I don't think you bring out Meade anymore in the 9th. Pitch down the way, 1-0. Meade was down there in the bullpen. I think he was throwing with Dylan Petrie as well. I believe Blake Kimball is the arm now that SIU is soft tossing there over the left field wall. Here's the 1-0. Runner mocks. Oh boy, clobbered. That's a home run. That is deep to right, and it's a 2-run shot, and that's why that insurance was uber important. So a 2-run homer for Holbrook. That's the second hit today to leave the infield for Belmont. He's got a home run and a double in the game. And just imagine if you don't get those 4 runs. I know this is always easy to say it in this moment. But if you don't get those 4 runs, it's a 4-3 game right now. Instead, it's 8-3. And the bases are empty with 2 outs, and Andrew Evans missed 1-0. Again, Evans now, he's thrown 107 pitches, make that 108 with that pitch there. Here's 109. Well, upstairs 2-0. You can tell he's towards the end of his line here tonight. He's trying to get through 8. Would tie his career long in a Saluki uniform, and this one's popped up, foul ground. Hall will give a chase to it, but it is well out of play. It's 2-1. Two-one count, 2 outs. The pitch, swing, third base side, base hit. Back-to-back hits given up here by Evans. And I'm sure Coach Rhodes looking down at that bullpen to see if Kimball's ready. And now it's Sprocket. It's a 5-run game. There have been some crazy things happen in the Valley this year. Of course, this is the ballpark that saw the 11-run inning for Bradley last weekend when they were down 9-0. Runner on at first, 8-3 lead SIU. The pitch, first base side. Hall's got it. There'll be 3 unassisted to end the inning, and Andrew Evans ties a career high, 8 innings long. But the Bruins, they do score 2 off the 2-run homer by Brady Holbrook. Salukis lead at 8-3 through 8. We head to the 9th. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research 1 university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
Conveniently located in the heart of southern Illinois lies Rend Lake Golf Resort, the region's only 27-hole public golf course with 5 sets of tees, expansive greens, driving range, and on-site PGA instruction. Rend Lake Golf Resort is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. Looking for stay-and-play packages? Check out Rend Lake Golf Resort's on-site lodging, condos, and cabins. After your round, relax with friends and family and enjoy a meal on-site at Seasons Restaurant. To learn more, visit us at RendLakeGolfResort.com. Rend Lake Golf Resort, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
To the 9th inning we go. Belmont trails in this game 8-3 as Sam Heyman still on the mound for the Bruins. Salukis got 4 against him in the top of the 8th. Would envision for Coach Jarvis and his group in this game that Heyman's going to wear it here in the 9th. You'd love to try to keep it, to the 5-run deficit, but I doubt they would run another arm out there with still multiple games here in the series to go. But tomorrow and Sunday to come. Caleb Hall will lead off here in the 9th. Hall will have his first plate appearance. Here in the game. Hall swings at it. First pitch in the left. Holbrook will get underneath it. And a fly out for out number 1.
Shortstop, number 14, Tim Semay.
So now Tim Semay yet to have a hit today. 3 ground outs and a fly out. Tim Semay skies it in the center. It should be playable as well. Holbrook called off by LaRue, and there's 2 gone. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Second baseman, number 6, Gabe Petruselli.
So Gabe Petruselli with 2 gone in the inning. Petro did start off the 8th, but he started off with an out. He grounded out, and then that's when the Salukis were able to manufacture, but get 4 runs in the inning. 4-2. SIU, they outscored Belmont 4-2 in that 8th inning. They lead at 8-3. Pitch low, 1-1. We'll see if Blake Kimball will come in right away in the 9th. I would envision that Andrew Evans, his night is done. Here's the 1-1. Foul back by Petro, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If Petro can reach, Jane Flores, who's got a double and a homer tonight, is on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Petruselli strikes out swinging in the 9th. 3rd strikeout for Heyman. Salukis have struck out 9 times tonight in the game. Well, SIU, they are 3 outs away from a really important win to start off this series against Belmont. They'll have to go through the bottom of the order, and it will be Blake Kimball, I believe, who will enter here for SIU, but we'll confirm it when we come back. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
The Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois has the most highly trained team of orthopedic, spine, and podiatric surgeons, including interventional pain management. From sports medicine to neurosurgery, podiatry, and interventional pain, we are committed to providing the very best in diagnoses, treatments, physical and occupational therapy, and rehabilitation to local athletes. Visit oisil.com or call 618-997-6800. OISI is the official orthopedic provider of Saluki Athletics.
Blake Kimball will enter for SIU. I'm getting good at that body language from far ways away. Kimball, 6.99 ERA. This will be appearance number 20 for him. Only Jack McIntosh has appeared in more games than Kimball. 28 in the third innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, 15 walks. He needs the final 3 outs. This is not a save situation for him. 8-3 lead. And Andrew Evans, his night is done. And here's Andrew Evans' final line. 8 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 6 strikeouts to 1 walk. 112 pitches for him, 77 were for strikes. Eight-3 lead for SIU. As Kimball finishing up the warm-up time again, it will be Maddox, Webb, and LaRue. Those spots due up here for Belmont. We'll see if Coach Jarvis will do any pinch hitters. So it is rally time here at the Rose. Belmont trails 8-3. And it's Jake Maddox who will lead off the inning. Maddox has reached base once today. Really important here for Blake Kimball to do what he did at Bradley to maintain that great effort by Troy Shepard that day. 80 pounds of strike, 0-1. Kimball did not get an out against Indiana State in his last relief outing. Actually, the last 2 outings, he's only been able to get 1 out. Here's the 0-1. Fastball blew it by him, 0-2. And again, what you need to do here if you're Kimball, you have to take advantage of the bottom of the order. 6, 7, and 8 due up. He's up 0-2. Kimball, leg kicks, comes home. Swing and a miss. High fastball, high and in. 7th strikeout of the day for the Salukis staff. An important first out in the 9th. In an important series with these two teams tied in the league standings. So now Nate Webb. All right, I'm sorry. This was Webb's spot. It will be a pinch hitter for the Bruins. Coming in is Nicholas Stinson. Stinson, this will be his 14th appearance. It will be his 31st game of the year. He hits .233. The pitch, outside corner. Ooh, just missed. 1-0. Wind continues to blow out the left. Salukis lead it by 5. 8-3. We're in the bottom of the 9th, already 1 away. The 1-0. Fastball inside the knees for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The shadows are starting to creep now past that third baseline. They're starting to reach the pitcher's mound. Home plate still in that setting sun, as well as the rubber. Blake Kimball works from the third base side of the rubber. The 1-1, foul back, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blake Kimball came off the slope of that mound. He works from the home plate side of the pitcher's mound, goes up, toes the third base side of the rubber. He kind of shimmies his shoulders in that gray uniform top with SIU shining brightly in maroon. The 1-2 on its way. Called strike 3, back-to-back Ks. Salukis 1 out away from securing an 8-3 win. So now here's Michael LaRue. LaRue, the last chance. Got the first hit of the day back in the 3rd for either team. And that pitch low, 1-0. Blake Kimball trying to strike out the side here in his lone inning of work. 1-0 the count. 2 outs. 5-run lead. The pitch outside corner. Oh, just missed. 2-0. 2-0 count. 2 away. The pitch. In the air to right. Oh, it's well struck, but back on it is Watson. Watson warning track. Makes the grab for the third and final out. And SIU earns an important series opening win. It's only the 4th series opening win of the season for SIU in Valley Play. Dogs win it 8-3. We'll wrap things up with head coach Lance Rhodes when we come back. This is Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
Dive into the authentic flavors of Mexico at Tequila's Mexican Restaurant. From sizzling fajitas to mouth-watering enchiladas and the freshest guacamole in town, Tequila's brings you an unforgettable dining experience. And don't forget our signature margaritas, crafted to perfection. Located right in the heart of Southern Illinois, make sure to visit Tequila's at their locations in Carbondale, Marion, DuQuoin, and Carterville, and enjoy the authentic taste of Mexico.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research One university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
Conveniently located in the heart of Southern Illinois lies Rend Lake Golf Resort, the region's only 27-hole public golf course with 5 sets of tees, expansive greens, driving range, and on-site PGA instruction. Rend Lake Golf Resort is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. Looking for stay-and-play packages? Check out Rend Lake Golf Resort's on-site lodging, condos, and cabins. After your round, relax with friends and family and enjoy a meal on-site at Seasons Restaurant. To learn more, visit us at RendLakeGolfResort.com. Rend Lake Golf Resort, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Salukis get the win here tonight against Belmont. Final score 8-3. Salukis score 8 runs on 10 hits. 3 runs for Belmont on 7 hits. They had 4 errors, and Blake Kimball was outstanding in the final inning for SIU. Just goes that final inning, did not allow a hit. There were no runs, none of them earned, of course. No walks, 2 strikeouts. Kimball was great, and now SIU is in a position where they will have Troy Shepard going on the mound for them tomorrow. And if SIU can earn the win tomorrow, they, of course, would get the series win, and they would hold the tiebreaker and be put in a position where on Sunday, if they could go for the series sweep, they would be locked into the tournament. That's the only scenario this weekend for either team. Now, of course, it's out of reach for Belmont. But if Southern would now sweep this series, they would be locked for the tournament. But again, there is a long way to go and still 2 more games to come. Head coach Lance Rhodes is going to come on up here and join us here post-game as the Salukis win it here against Belmont. Again, the final score 8-3. And most importantly, out of all the numbers that I have shared here on the post-game show this year, Max Rhodes is undefeated this year. I told him that pregame. He's got his unbeaten streak going, Coach. He's got, if we can keep this going, I think that's a great sign to come for the Dogs. But in all seriousness, tremendous effort by your group. I mean, it was what was amazing, Coach, until that 2-run homer by Holbrook in the 8th. I believe out of the 4 hits that Belmont had at that time, 3 of the 4 were basically in the infield. None of them were hit outside. It was kind of frustrating, 1-0 falling behind. But, man, then you get that big 3-run 5th, and from that point on, your team really never looked back.
Yeah, and it was really nice to see Evans kind of bounce back and look like his normal self. Yeah. And he was going through some lower back issues, too, over the last couple weeks. Not that we were going to make a big deal about it, but just kind of not feeling 100%. And today, was the day where he felt better compared to his last couple outings. So, again, we know whenever you start feeling better, you typically perform better. So nice to see him feel better and also go out there and perform the way that we know that he's capable of performing. And great job as far as, I can't remember exactly who set the table for Julio to really kind of break it there, but just a really nice swing by him to just kind of cushion that thing a little bit. And also, once that ball left the bat, it just allows us to, navigate bullpen differently and things like that. So that was a big swing by Julio.
Jane Flores was the one who kind of set the table. He got the initial double. Schwalbach was then able to bring him in on the RBI single, and then Sproul was able to get that double just underneath the glove of Godsey there at third, and then ultimately the 3-run homer by Julio. But for your offense to not get too frustrated after what was a very slow start through the first 4 innings, and kind of like what we were talking about, you wanted to go with this lineup tonight to try to help out your offense. Well, eventually from the 5th inning on, I think it really showcased what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, early, again, like you go into we only had 8 innings of work that we could put a scouting report together against the starter. He just hasn't thrown very much this season. So you kind of look at a scouting report there and you kind of take it with a grain of salt because you're like, well, it's only 8 innings. He kind of flipped the script. I mean, everything early was just like super changeup heavy, and it didn't matter if it was right-handed or left-handed. And so it took us a little while to make the adjustment of, okay, like we gotta scrap together a game plan here, start leaving that ball at the bottom of the strike zone down, because he had really good command of that changeup kind of sinking at the lower part of the zone and really tore us up there the first time through the lineup. So kind of made an adjustment there middle of the game, and then once we got him out, we had some good at-bats. And, good thing was Evans was just matching zeros there, so gave our offense a chance.
The job Jacob McKenzie did at first today. Of course, the first ground ball comes his way. Found that quite humorous, but he was found a lot today. I know there were probably some defensive miscues just kind of with him being there at first for the first time and working through those. And one was on the infield double on a pop-up there in the infield. But other than that, I mean, it seemed like for a guy that hasn't had a lot of experience there, he was very reliable. I mean, 2 key lineouts in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that, again, that little bunt, which the bunt plays in the triangle area, that's the hardest play for first baseman, pitcher, second baseman communication. I mean, that's something that we practice all the time, every week with our main first baseman, just because of how difficult that is. And then the other thing is the fly ball read, he just kind of lost those 2 balls, and then the other one's just a little shaky. I'm telling you, when you are just sitting in the stands and you see a ball go up in the air, it just seems so easy. Like you just run underneath it and you catch it. But when you don't catch fly balls, whenever you're a catcher, and you typically don't have a fly ball. The ones you do are like backspun that come back to you. So it's just totally different. And then the ball's moving on you out there. So again, like we didn't practice any fly balls in pregame today. We did a bunch of pick work. We did a bunch of ground ball work. And I told him today, once we took him out, I said, hey, we'll get the fly ball work tomorrow. But, again, I thought he did fine. I mean, first ball right at him, made a play, made a nice play on the bunts. And so he'll get better. There's more time over there. I mean, we're learning. The bad thing is we're learning in games. Yeah. So it's kind of tough.
I know you're not playing, so it may be hard to speak of it, but I've tried to describe where this ballpark is. It's up on a hill where it's a little bit where it can play for the offense, but also more so you watch a lot of games here, and you see a lot of, you want to say, misplays in the outfield where on a bright day where there's not a lot of cloud coverage, it can be difficult for fly balls. We saw that obviously today for Belmont, who uses this park regularly. Can you just describe that kind of that point, too? It's not easy for anyone, even guys who get a lot of reps, just with kind of how this ballpark is situated, where it's located, and especially with how it played today, just on the day you had weather-wise.
Yeah, I mean, we really had trouble with every fly ball today. I mean, the first base fly ball, the one that kind of landed there in front of the pitcher's mound, the one had Tim spun around there at shortstop. So their guy, I mean, it was, that's what I asked our coaches, because, it didn't look like a high, tough sky, but obviously there was something when both teams, and there's multiple plays that are having, tough times on the fly balls. I mean, you just don't see that very often in college baseball. So, obviously there was something that was making it tough.
So much is on your team. I know that's where your focus is going to go. as we talked about before the game and heading into this series, Belmont twice this year, they've lost the first game and come back and win series. So they have shown the ability through a lot of grit to persevere despite losing the first game. We know how important it is to win this series. Really the message to your group tonight that you want to see them try to continue to ride this thing in tomorrow and make Sunday not feel as stressful in what would be a potential rubber game.
Yeah, I mean, the message was between now and game time tomorrow, the most important thing that should be on your mind is the game tomorrow. We've got a lot of time between now and then, so, we can relax and enjoy being at the hotel and, eat dinner and do all those things. But at the same time, the number one priority is how do we prepare ourselves to be ready to play baseball well tomorrow. And there shouldn't be anything else that's more important than that. So hopefully they heard that, and that is the case hopefully tomorrow.
Last thing before I let you go, man, Blake Kimball was great to come in that inning. I know many people may think, oh, that's an easy spot. That's not an easy spot after what Andrew did to virtually almost strike out the side, and looked very solid in his lone inning.
He was great. Connor said he was dialed in the bullpen. When Connor came in, he's locked in today, and it showed. He looked really, really good. It's nice because we didn't have to have anybody else even throw a pitch in the bullpen. So whenever you're looking at, trying to conserve so you have every bullet, possible for Saturday and Sunday, we were able to do that. We were hoping that we could stretch Evans there all the way through 9 to not get anybody up. But he got up to, I think, 110 there after the 8th. And it's just you're going short rest next week, and then you're going short rest again into the tournament. So, you're trying to play the what-ifs as far as predicting the future, but also trying to conserve and then trying to win weekends all at the same time. So, Blake did a great job.
4 runs in the 8th inning definitely help you in terms of making those decisions late in the game. Coach, appreciate the time. We'll catch up with you before the game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Once again, that was head coach Lance Rhodes as the Salukis win it 8-3, and they improve to 10-9 in league play. Belmont drops to 9-10 in league play. But again, tomorrow will be a game that will go for the series. That does it for our coverage here from Nashville here this evening. Salukis get a massive win, but again, this has been a really pesky Belmont group this year, so the Bruins are going to give their best effort tomorrow, and Troy Shepard will be on the mound for SIU. Big thank you to Belmont and Jason Harris for their hospitality for us here today and all weekend long. Again, the final score here tonight, SIU wins it 8-3. We will be back tomorrow with a start time at 2 o'clock for first pitch. Our broadcast will be on the air at 1:50. This has been Saluki Baseball from Learfield.
Saluki Baseball has been brought to you by Banterra Bank. Apply for your Banterra Saluki Visa debit card today. Stop by Banterra to learn more. Member FDIC. Coors Light, keeping Southern Illinois chill. Southern Illinois Healthcare. SIH is the official healthcare provider of your Salukis. Meltzer Reinhardt Group, the best around at protecting your families, helping prepare you for your future, and trying to make it all fit into the budget. Call today at 618-997-9441. Are you really winning? Are You Really Winning is a proud supporter of Saluki Baseball. If you can't stop betting nonstop, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And by Vogler Ford. If you've been looking for a new vehicle and can't quite find what you want, give Vogler Ford Lincoln a try. Proudly serving Carbondale and Southern Illinois for over 100 years. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Saluki Sports Network.